for the greatest night possibly in NBA history as the San Antonio Spurs, the second worst team in the NBA, take on the worst team in the NBA, the Detroit Pistons. If you're not excited about this, then ain't nothing going to excite you in life. What's up, everybody? Welcome to TSR Sports. We're doing a live reaction, live play-by-play, game clock, scoreboard, who's on the court, interactive chat, whatever you want to call it, for the Spurs versus the Pistons. And a lot of people are calling this the toilet bowl of the NBA. It is the two worst teams going against one another, but you know what? Maybe it'll be fun. The Pistons will be out without Cade Cunningham. I was really hoping to see him play tonight. He's going to be out, so the Spurs will have a bit of an advantage there. Then again, this is our Spurs, so who the heck knows what's going to happen. No matter what happens, hopefully we have a good game. Ron, good evening to you. Spur of the moment. Dallas, Daniel Barry, Leonardo. Happy birthday, by the way. A hi. This is a win for the Lock. Yes, it is. Kokoshibo, good evening to you. And let me just say right now, if the Spurs manage to lose this, you may actually see me cry on stream. I don't know if I'm going to be able to handle that. That would be rough. RQ3, this is the NBA Finals from many, many years ago. This is not a nationally televised game. I'm watching this on NBA League Pass, and same intensity like Game 7 2005. The rivalry lives. You aren't kidding. You can feel just the, you can cut the electricity in the air with thunder, lightning. Don Reynolds, good evening to you. Go Spurs, go to all of you. Baby Coyote's excited to see the worst teams in the NBA. Boop, beep, a doop, a doop, a doop, doop, a doop, a doop, boop. Victor Wembanyama is in the chat. Good evening, Victor. Gabriel Lama. This should be a nationally televised game. Tommy, thank you for stopping in. Brian, the less worst team is going to win. Well, we have the worst point differential in the NBA, that being the San Antonio Spurs. The Pistons have the worst record. I think it might be interesting, at least on my behalf tonight, is Jalen Duren is a player I really wanted 2 years ago in the NBA draft, and instead the Spurs took Jeremy Sohan. We've had mixed results with Sohan. It's not all his fault, of course. The point guard experiment really derailed his season this year. So I'll be curious to see what Duren does on the court and what he does against Victor Wembanyama. And I mean, people might tune into this RQ3 to really just see like the two worst teams go at each other, and the Pistons are coming off a back-to-back as well. They played last night versus the Kings. The Spurs are very well rested, so the Spurs should win this game. They've been very competitive lately against the Cavs and Bucks, almost beat both teams. We're just, so close. So I think the Spurs would win tonight, which means they probably won't because I said that. Beavis, good evening to you. Very nervous. Physique, good evening. Ozzy, so you're saying we always have a chance. I mean, there's always a chance. I feel like they should win, but I wouldn't put any money on it. Cameron, good evening to you. Is it your birthday? Well, happy birthday. 3 and 34 is actually... Wait, are the Pistons 3 and 34? It's your boy Rico. Fair? Zach, it was a good day. I had a good day. Working well. I worked out twice today. I'm trying to get back into working out twice. Once on my lunch and then once on my second break. I get a half hour and 2 15s. The first 15, I'm usually doing a video for YouTube or uploading something, just something for the channel on that first 15-minute break. And finally got in the music studio and recorded some vocals today. I was halfway through the song that one of my friends called, and that just kind of took me. I couldn't get back into the mood. You kind of have to, to be that angry voice. You got to be in the right headspace. So I'll hopefully get back in the studio tomorrow, which means the song will be done. I just got to shoot a music video this weekend. I'm off Monday because of MLK, so hopefully the song will be up next week. If you're like, what song are you talking about? Well, I did a cover of Rage Against the Machine's Killing in the Name of. It's Wemby in the Name of. Mr. Z, good evening to you. Jack's Query. A lot of people are worried. Your birthday, it's not my birthday. I said happy birthday to somebody in the chat. It's definitely not my birthday. My birthday's months away. I did not hear Tyrese Halliburton is injured. How long is Tyrese Halliburton out? I did hear Jean Morant apparently is out for the year. He just came back and right back out again. So that obviously the Grizzlies' playoff hopes are now done. I don't think they're gonna do they have a lot of injuries. Isn't Steven Adams out for the year as well? Aquaman? So injuries are just decimating that team. JMO, thank you for stopping in. Victor dropping 50 this game. It's your boy Rico. I would love to see that. That would be incredible. It is a throwback game. We're gonna cook the Pistons. Let's not get all penisy and you know what I mean. Mr. Dogman said if we lose the game, that I might go into hibernation. I'll tell you, I would not. I don't know what my reaction would be if the Spurs lost this. I think I would be in shock. I think I would be just disappointed beyond belief, and I don't know what I would say to that. Pistons will try to win, but we should win. I agree, OC. Even if we're very bad, we'll be able to come back. Kings came back down 26 in their last game. These Pistons have no mental toughness. It's our home tonight. Well, we shall see. I don't know who the Pistons starting lineup is. I don't even know who our starting lineup is. It's Trey Jones, Devin Vassell. I think it's going to be the lineup we've been going with. Victor Wembanyama, duh. Jeremy Sohan, and then I'm guessing Julian Champagnie. Oh, I didn't see who the fifth person is. I'm guessing it's Julian Champagnie. It's been like that for a while. 135 to 120. High scoring game. My favorite NFL playoff matchup this Sunday. J-Mo, I actually haven't looked at the schedule yet. I have no idea who's playing when and who. I'm going to keep an eye on the NFC East rivals of my New York Giants, the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't know if the Cowboys play this weekend. The Cowboys and Eagles play. The Eagles must be playing. I just don't know who they're playing. I don't know if the Cowboys are playing. Killing it. I did not keep that ending in Beavis, as I try not to swear on this channel too much. I try to keep it PG rated. And Killing in the Name of would definitely push that would be an R-rated song, as there's a multitude of F-bombs on there. So when I put the song up next week, you guys will see how I alter the lyrics. Hopefully next week. What's going on, Roy? Thank you for stopping, and hopefully you're doing well. Is Joe Flacco going against his own team this weekend? Is he going against the Ravens? I know he played for the Browns now and had a decent run at the end, and certainly played much better than I ever thought he would, and most people would. Dang. Savion, good evening to you. Rhonda, thank you for stopping in. My favorite player is Mr. Robinson, number 50 over there. I gotta say, I'm a little nervous for this game, but you know you can crunch those nerves, how you can smash those nerves? By smashing the nerves up. They're showing a picture of Wemby and Duren right now, and I'm excited to see Victor Wembanyama versus Jalen Duren. That is going to be a lot of fun. So starting lineup for the Detroit Pistons. Detroit basketball. Do they still do that? I remember them doing that back in the day. I don't know if they still do it. Ravens on a bye week. Well, there you go. Good morning, Mr. MG Shipmoon. Let's see. Killian Hayes, Jaden Ivey in the starting lineup. Kind of expected that. Bogdanovich will be in the starting lineup. Duren. I don't know who the fifth player will be. Isaiah something is out for the Pistons. Shoot, I'm drawing a blank on his name. Sorry, Cade Cunningham is out. Jalen Duren, showing him right now. He's an athletic dude. I wouldn't mind him being our starting center. Not gonna lie. All right, so Isaiah Levers is it Levers or Livers? Oh, it's livers, like the food. Or a body part. Bogdanovich rounds out the starting lineup. Zach, good evening to you. Yep, you got it, OC. Hayes, Ivy, Bogdanovich. Not Wiseman. Livers is in there. Wiseman's the one that... Wiseman will be coming off the bench. Probably going to start the game any minute now, I would think. The players are on the court. They announce the players, so usually it's a couple minutes after that. Let's go Texans. You don't see that often in the chat. The Buccaneers. And that's a Monday night game, right, Zach? I think Cowboy X Factor told me the Eagles and the Buccaneers are playing Monday night, which I'm not used to the playoffs being on Monday, but with the extended, if you will call playoffs, I guess they're playing Saturday, Sunday, Monday this weekend. Well, Dan, I'd like to see Victor get 10 blocks. Jones, I like Jones in the starting lineup. It gives us a natural point guard. Julian Champagnie still being in the lineup. I've already done a video about that, so I don't need to regurgitate all my feelings on that. Yes, Sersky, hello to you. They have, Jorge. They've been very competitive. So, we'll see. Wemby's going to have his hands full. Duren's a strong dude. But Wemby's got the height. We've seen Wemby go against bigger centers in the NBA this year. And his defensive positioning and his length have really helped him not get as beat up as or get it taken advantage, or, get pushed around or bullied as much as I think people thought he was going to his rookie season. I hope this is a good game. I'm a little worried. I'm a little nervous. Players are on the court, and away we go. Super wild card weekend. There you go. Super wild card. Isabel, I understand if you're not here late tonight because you are 5 hours ahead. Thank you for stopping in. Phil, good evening to you. Yes, if we lose tonight, don't even get me started. Annette, good evening to you. G Studio, thank you for stopping in. Big Ben on first basket. Good luck, Anthony. Jump ball is on the way. The tip-off, and just a tip, I'm rocking my KJ jersey tonight. Spurs win the jump ball. Yeah, Julian's in. Zach, that was a great show. Giannis versus Wemby that's a fantastic game. Wemby with the ball right now for the Spurs. Drops it up to Trey Jones. Jones in the paint. Flies by the entire Pistons defense and easily gets a layup. And the Spurs get the first bucket of the game. If you put money on Trey Jones, then that's your... then you won. If you didn't, then I guess you didn't. Trey Jones almost would have sealed. Bogdanovich with the ball. Throws up the jumper over Wemby. No good. Wemby with the rebound, and Wemby will bring it up for San Antonio. They are holding on to a 2-0 lead. Wemby's going to take off at Duran. Drops it off to Trey Jones going backdoor, and that's an assist for Wemby, and 2 buckets right now for Trey Jones. I don't know, Adrian, maybe. Wide open 3 is going to be no good for Jaden Ivey. Wide open, and the Spurs will leave players open from the perimeter. He could not hit the open 3. Jones with the ball finds a wide open Devin Vassell for 3, and he is going to not hit that shot. And Wemby's going to try to get the rebound and falls on the floor. He's okay. Trey Jones gets run over by Jaden Ivey. No whistle. Ivey with the layup. If they're going to let him play tonight, I'm on board. Wemby with the ball right now. A little jumper off the glass. Good. 6-2. Nintendo Lego NBA fan. Who's ready for the greatest NBA game of all time? I am. Man over Fitz, good evening. B. Ryan, thank you for stopping in. This is the irresistible force versus the immovable object. The Pistons versus the Spurs. The Spurs versus the Pistons. That jumper is no good by Ivy. It is Spurs ball. Jones with the ball in three-point land. Takes off into the paint. Cross court to Devin Vassell. Vassell going to drive himself. Right back to Julian Champagnie. 9 on the shot clock. Back to Devin Vassell. Devin just going to launch a 3. Nope. Ivy with the rebound. All right. I don't know how to... Nothing was called on that. We're finally going to have our first whistle of the game. A charge, a block, anything, Phil. There was a lot of contact on that play, and I'm kind of shocked that there was nothing. You know what? They're going to call the game like that tonight, though. If they're going to limit the fouls, then so be it. San Antonio Hotspur, good evening to you. I'd rather see less of what we're about to see, which is free throws. Jaden Ivey at the line for 2. Last night against the Kings, he had 22, 6, and 5. The Pistons are on a back-to-back, so the Spurs should have the advantage here of being well-rested. Just saying. Pop, in his 28th season as a Spurs head coach, the longest-tenured active coach in any of the 4 major sports. Football, basketball, baseball, and hockey. Made 1 of 2, 6-3. Adrian, it'll be rough if we lose this. I can't imagine how much I'm going to get trolled on the channel. Wemby into the paint, throws it up off the glass, and that is good. Wemby with 4 points to start the game. Looking for a foul, didn't get it. Jones and Wemby with all the points for the Spurs right now. 9.5 minutes to go. They are up 8-3. Ivy way out on three-point land. Drops it off to Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich's 3. Switched. Kill the fish. Whoop. 8-6. I know. Nick Saban retired. I was a little surprised, too. I was a lot surprised. Tommy, we start well. Finishing, that's another story. Wemby with the ugly-looking 3. That got only backboard. Did not get any rim. And that pull-up jumper from Hayes is good. We got a tied game. I'd like to see Wemby do more work in the paint, though. Him launching 3s, I've said it every game. I'd like to see a little less of those. Sohan with the ball right now. They're going to start to drive. Gets into the paint. Back out to Jones. 7 on the shot clock. Jones going to drive. He's going to lose the ball out of bounds, and it's turnover for the Spurs. Champagne going to score 6 points tonight. Ozzy, I'll take it, because he's had quite a few games of 0 and 2 over the last 6 games. So 6 points actually would be an improvement. Pete Carroll did get fired. All good, Crazy Bacon. I thank you for stopping in. Appreciate you, stopping in. That pull-up jumper is no good by Hayes. Champagne with the rebound. Hopefully you're doing better. I think you said you had shoulder surgery a while back, so hopefully you're healing up nicely with that. Sohan tries an alley-oop to Wemby. That was a bit off, and that's another turnover for the Spurs. Well, Ivy with Bart now, one-on-one with Wemby. Just going to launch the three. Wemby playing far off him. Three is no good. Ball followed down Vassell, and there are some plays here that are really making me realize these are the two worst teams in the NBA. Wemby's little jumper in the paint's no good. Fights for the rebound, and it will be Pistons ball. Victor looking for another foul. Didn't get it. And then taking it all the way down the other end, it's Jalen Duren. Throws it down hard. And it is pop timeout. Pistons up 10-8. Phil, he should. Jamie Duren, good evening. I know no relation to Jalen, and that's what's spelled differently as well. He did amazing. He did. I think he's frustrated he's not getting the calls, and he's got to realize whether you get the call or not, you got to get your button down the other end. I didn't like that three he took there either, spur of the moment. Although, in general, I don't like the large amount of threes we see in the NBA. I was telling a coworker of mine today that there's literally games where I've watched with you guys, and we're in a commercial break, by the way. We see a team with a fast break, a 3-on-1 fast break. And what do? Somebody stops and pops a three. Like, you have a 3-on-1 fast break. That should be a guaranteed layup or dunk. And you're going for a three, and of course you probably miss it. The only person I'd be okay with shooting a three on a fast break is Steph Curry. Everybody else should be taken to the hoop. Yes, he did. Yeah, OC, the Spurs are looking Spursy. Both teams are making early mistakes, and you would expect that. It's early in the game. I don't want to overreact at this moment. Oh, I did not know that, Zach. Wow. Well, Wink is gone, so I mean, it is what it is now. Sure, so he does. Kokoshibo. Hurricane Megan, both teams are horrible. I mean, I love my San Antonio Spurs, our San Antonio Spurs, but they're struggling this year, and the Detroit Pistons, they're struggling too. Both teams combined have less than 10 wins. Both teams combined, actually, I think the record is, 8-60-ish? I don't know. I actually don't know how many losses the Pistons have. It's a lot. It's a ton. I don't know the record, though. Let me pull up the record right now. Spurs are 5-30. I do know that. What's Detroit's record? We're 5-30. They are 3-34. So 8-64. 8 wins and 64 losses between these two teams. That's special. Okay. 8-64. We can work with that. No, we can't. Yes, Jacob. I did. How about the Knicks being 5-0? So they've missed like 30 games this year? Or do you mean 5-0 in their last 5? 8-64. That is... Rolo, we'll see. I hope when I get DJ back, because I gave away his jersey to the AC repair guy when he's traded to talk smack. I watched a recent interview from him that was posted on Facebook, about a 3-minute interview, and he actually had a lot of nice things to say about the organization, about the fans. I think him being traded, he had really sour grapes and acted immature. I'm not saying I want him back, but if the Spurs bring him back, obviously I'd root for him. Wemby with the tough jumper in a heavily contested jumper. That was a heavily contested when you're 7'3". Wemby with 6 of the Spurs' first 10 points. So we got that going for us. Bogdanovich going to start to drive on Sohan. Pull-up jumper is back rim, front rim, no good. Wemby's going to throw a huge baseball pass down to Sohan, and Sohan's going to finish the play on the fast break.
Thunder dunk of justice.
Well, that was a nice pass by Wemby. Wemby with a couple assists tonight already as well. Spurs starting the game 6 of 10 from the field. The Pistons starting 4 of 10. It is Detroit basketball. Jaden Ivey out on three-point land. Starts to drive, gets into the paint, throws it up over Wemby. Shot is no good. Wemby with the rebound, and Victor will bring it up. Wemby drives in the paint. Off-balance shot's no good. His own follow-up is no good. And I think he probably should have passed it off to one of his teammates. But you don't mind me saying so myself. Duren with the ball right now, 1-on-1 with Wemby. Spins around, throws it up off the glass. No good. Rebound, Victor Wembanyama. He'll bring it up again. Wemby's going to drive in the paint, find Sohan again. It's Sohan with another dunk and another Wemby assist.
Thunder dunk of justice.
All right, well, let's just, I guess, point Wemby tonight. Why not? Everybody else is playing point guard for our team at some point or another. Zach, who knows? Trade rumors are always crazy. They could be 1% true, 99% true. The DJ talk was by Shams, but the Spurs could just be, their interest, exploratory interest, could mean they're just like, if we can get him for a second round pick, we'll take him back, which will never happen. Triple-double by Wemby? Wemby just got subbed, so he played 5 minutes and 47 seconds. Oops. Oh, clock is good. It is Detroit basketball. 4-point lead for San Antonio. And Bogdanovich with the ball right now. 3 on the shot clock. He's going to drive into the paint. Throws it up off the glass. Wow. Nice job with the play clock running out. Never believe that dude who Shams? He's usually pretty accurate, isn't he? So on into the paint. Throws it high off the glass. Good. Jeremy off to a good start tonight. He's got 6 points. All the scoring is by Son, Jones, and Wemby. Jones with 4, Son with 6, and Wemby with 6. I just know those 3 guys have scored. Duran's going to kick it out to Ivy. Ivy, he stepped out of bounds. I think it's turnover before Detroit. He does get tired quick. And no, we don't have any rim protection now. Not at all. I like Dominic Barlow, but he's not the same type of defender that Wemby is. Of course, Knox is in the game, and I don't have his number. Gosh, dang it. Shot clock? Play clock? I'm thinking football, Zach. Shot clock. Play clock? You know what I meant. Dennisell pull-up jumper is good. He's the first person to score for the Spurs, not named Jones, Wemby, or Sohan. Spurs have 18 points in the paint tonight. What? Duran tough jumper in the paint, no good. Gets his own miss. And loses the ball. It's going to roll out of bounds. And it's Detroit basketball? Yep, Detroit basketball. Leo Good. Cade is out. Apparently, he's being reevaluated. I don't know what happened to King Cunningham, but he's injured. And I didn't really find that out until it was kind of too late. I was like, well, I already made the thumbnail. He's on there. He looks happy. We'll keep him there. Barlow has been getting more playing time, and he's looked good at times, Edgar. I mean, that's one thing with injuries. Next man up. And that's your chance to prove to the organization, hey, don't send me back down in the G League or keep me on the bench. Give me some minutes. I can contribute to the team. Duran with the ball. Nice bounce back to Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich in the paint. Throws it up off the glass, and no good. This is not getting any kind rims here. Keldon with the ball wide open for 3. Finally decides to take it and hits it. And we're having a timeout by Detroit. Our guys are up by 9. Is Sohan good? Depends on the game. He might not Adrian, but I'm sure the team does. Leonardo, I'm watching an NBA League Pass. I don't know where the game's being televised. Bailey Sports Network. I think this is the one game Coach Pop is not going to let lose. You don't want to lose to the worst team in the league. We're the second worst team in the league. Yes, I get that, but you don't want to feel like Chuck Norris is punching you in the face. Like this. Because if you lose to the Pistons, people are going to laugh at you. Like that. Oh, see, I mean, he's shown us some good. He's up and down, but the whole team has been up and down all year. The Spurs really haven't been the same since really Kawhi Leonard left. I set myself up for that one. Anyway. And playoffs? You talking playoffs? You got to win a game first. Hand over fist. I think the 49ers are obviously a team to watch out for in the NFC. Over in the AFC, I don't know. I don't really trust anybody this year like I have before. I mean, the 49ers were winning, and then they were losing, and then they were winning. With all due respect, I never trust the Dallas Cowboys in the playoffs anymore. The Eagles have been atrocious the last 6 weeks. I don't trust them in the playoffs. I thought the Dolphins were going to win the AFC East, and then the Bills passed them on the last game of the year. Kansas City's not the same team. I don't know. A lot of people are saying 49ers Ravens. That would be a rematch from, gosh, when was that? That was Kaepernick Flacco, right? Is that like 8 years ago? Ish. I'll be honest, I haven't been too impressed with Sohan's game so far. I know he's young, but I expect a little more from him. As a 9th overall pick, yeah, I get that. Did he sign a $153 million extension? The Pistons, or it's not the Pistons, sorry. The Lions would be interesting if they can make a nice run. They're showing David Robinson, former number 1 overall pick for the San Antonio Spurs from 1987, winning his first MVP. And now they're showing the Spurs drafting down. All right, I see what they're doing. I see where they're going. Cowboys playoff rating is like their logo, only 1 star. Ouch, Llama. I don't want to hear Sohan's good after this. You know what? Because we're playing Detroit, Joshua. Thanks for stopping, by the way. I trust myself more to win a Magic the Gathering tournament than Cowboys to not disappoint in the playoffs. And Gabriel, you're new to Magic the Gathering, correct? What do you think about the it's calling for next 4 games, Dan? I mean, the easiest part of our schedule is coming up. That reverse layup by Thompson is no good. Going to go out of bounds, and it's going to be Spurs ball. What do we have? The Pistons. We have the Hornets. We have, I think, the Wizards twice. I don't know about winning 4 in a row. I'm not on TV, Leonardo. I'm on YouTube. I'm not on TV. Devin Vassell the ball right now for the San Antonio Spurs. Starts to drive and chucks it out to Barlow. Barlow's little jumper. Good. And that's a shot we saw him a lot in the Summer League and preseason. And the Spurs are up by 11. This 3 is no good. And now a shot by, I don't know who that is. Knox, I think, shot that. Shoot. Spurs on a 15-2 run in the last 4 minutes. Vassell, tough jumper in the paint, gets it to go. 25-12, 3.5 minutes to go. Spurs now on a 17-2 run as they are smacking around the worst team in the NBA. Don't worry, if you're a Pistons fan, the 3rd quarter will give it all back. And now Barlow a big block in the paint. Ball's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to stay Detroit basketball. Barlow's dominating. I don't know if I get carried away here. OC, I do think Sohan improved a lot last year. I will give him credit from where he started the first game of the year to his last game of the year. He got a lot better. I hope we see that progression this year now that he's not playing point guard anymore. That runner is good, and Marcus Sasser gets his first basket of the game. We have been here before, Anantha. We have Dominator Barlow. I like that. 25-14, Spurs up by 11. Calvin with the ball right now, going to start to drive into the paint. Kicks it out to Malachi Branham, who's been a little rough this year. But his pull-up jumper is good. Well, what do I know? Pistons in 2 to 4 quarters plus 39. Oh, the second and fourth quarters. Really? James Wiseman is going to get fouled as he was going up for a dunk, and I think he's going to go to the line for 2. I like your DeJounte Murray video. I doubt Spurs will go for him. I think they moved on beside them. Coming up to us probably wouldn't win for us right now. We would get better, but we'd kind of be where we were when he was with the team. I think we would start winning some games here and there and start climbing up the NBA lottery or down the NBA lottery, if you get my drift. I don't see him coming here. But if the Spurs could get him on the cheap, would you take him back? Like the Hornets pick that we have this year, which is not going to convey some second-round picks. Throw in, like, I don't know, Osman or McDermott. That's not going to happen because the Hawks gave up a lot to get him from us. They're not going to take, a rate of. They're not going to want that little back. Barlow drives in the paint, misses a layup that may have been blocked. It is Detroit ball, down by 12, 2.5 minutes to go. Gosh, I don't know a lot of these players for Detroit, but now they have their backups in. Burks, though, Alec Burks, I think he played for the Golden State Warriors at one point. With the ball right now, passes it across court, and he'll pass it right out of bounds. Murray, I think, is shooting 37% from the arc this year. It's not horrible. Militano, good evening. Showing Cade Cunningham on the bench right now for Detroit. He is out. I'm not sure how long he'll be out for Detroit. They obviously need him. Branham's pull-up jumper is no good, and the loose rebound will fall into Champagne's hands. Branham's going to follow up with a 3, and he'll make it. Oh, my Lanta, it's 30-15. Spurs are up by 15. Yes, I feel like he still is on a minutes restriction, Kokoshima. It's driving me bananas. Burke's no good. It is Spurs ball. 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes to go, excuse me. Calvin with the bar right now for San Antonio. Passes it out to Osman. Osman for 3. That is no good. Rebound will find its way into Malachi Branham's hands. Champagne for 3. No good. And Osman with the offensive board. Detroit can't rebound, apparently. Osman drives in the paint. Layup, no good. We're going to have a foul, and apparently he's going to line for 2. The Spurs are out-rebounding the Pistons 16-7. Vera Wemby did play. He's on the bench at the moment. No, 37%'s not bad. It's 37% three-pointer is not great. But with all due respect, it's much better than Trey Jones, our current starting point guard. He's shooting, 24-25%? And DeJounte would give us a little size. I know a lot of fans don't want him back. I'm neutral. If he was to come back, I think an apology for the way he left would be appropriate. Doesn't have to be a 5-minute speech. Just, hey, I'm sorry I left. I was disappointed. I acted a little mature. And I'm glad to be back to San Antonio. Done. Just done. I don't see it happening. Super Gabriel, good evening. Mastro Investigate, thank you for stopping in. What if the worst team in the NBA gets relegated? The worst team in the NBA goes to the G League? What is this, Premier League? Is the Premier League the one that does that? Like the football teams? He made one of 2. Get demoted? Premier 3.3, okay. Well, Hurricane Megan, they are playing well. The team they're playing is also playing bad. So it's working both ways there. Wiseman, what a huge stuff in the paint. Former draft pick of the Golden State Warriors. Was James Wiseman a number 1 or number 2 overall? I don't remember, but he was expected to contribute a lot to the Golden State Warriors and contributed nothing. Just wasn't getting playing time, was injured. Sucks. High expectations. Now he's off the bench in Detroit. Sohan pull-up jumpers and air ball! Oh, come on, Jeremy. Almost a turnover by Detroit. Alec Burks gets the ball back for Detroit. 14 on the shot clock. 31-17. This pull-up jumper is good. That was Marcus Sasser. That's very split right now. It seems like people are fairly split on whether to bring DeJounte back. Jim, I think the Golden State Warriors run is over. They've gotten older. Kellen's going to drive in the paint, loses the ball, going to go out of bounds. It'll be off of Detroit. Spurs ball. It is, I'm not a fan of this rotation with no big man out there. If I'm guarding Wemby and Murray, I'm letting Murray shoot. Fair. Leo, that's a big if. He's been on a severe minutes restriction for a long time. And I'm sure he's tired of it. They get the ball in the Kelvin, and it's going to get immediately knocked back out of bounds. Spurs ball. Exactly, Phil. It makes me kind of feel, it's like, look, I understand you're protecting him, but at some point, can we have him play more than 25 minutes, I think was the restriction previously? 4.1 seconds on the shot clock, not the game clock. Sohan with the ball, going to drive in the paint. Off-balance jumper is no good. And Detroit can hold for the last shot, 31-19. And the three-pointer is going to be a brick. Marcus Sasser airballs that one. The Spurs will take a 12-point lead into quarter number 2. Spurs looking for their 6th win of the year. Joshua, the lineup is over there on the right. Brandon Johnson, Osman, Sohan, Champagne. For anybody that doesn't know, because I know you're probably looking at the live chat, but if you look at the video screen, not at me, but to the right of me, that's my left, your right. Whoever's on the floor is on the over there. I can't talk apparently. Q2 coming up. A good start for our San Antonio Spurs. Talk to the chat for a little bit. Just connected, and I see Wemby played 6 minutes and has 6 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists already. Yes, Marco, he played very well. If he gets enough minutes tonight, he'll have a triple-double. He hit Sohan for 2 dunks, Sohan was open underneath the rim. He found him, and then Sohan was just took off on a miss from Detroit, and Wemby would like a bullet pass, a Tim Duncan-ish like pass, if you will, that found him for the fast break dunk. So yeah, 4 assists. He also found Trey Jones going backdoor. I mean, if Wemby could finish, if you multiply those by 4, if he could finish with 24 points, 20 rebounds, and 16 assists, that would be crazy. I don't expect those numbers to hold, especially if this turns into a blowout, which I hope it doesn't. I want the Spurs to win. I don't want to see Detroit get annihilated tonight. This lineup is poop. Well, yeah. We get a large enough lead, I could see Pop say, yes, exactly, Phil. I was just saying that. Spurs organization lets be helicopter parents. Someone gets a scratch in their arm and they are out for 3. Bibby Joseph, good evening. Is Champagne still scoreless? Yes, he is hand over fist. He's been, yeah. Cheese's crust. Yeah, you're not too far off. Yes, Dan. That lineup. I mean, heck, put me in there. Selena Gomez is dating a Lakers fan and been going to the games. Oh, no. Sakira Parker, thank you for stopping in. A triple-double in 24 minutes would be nuts. He was probably the youngest player to have a triple-double in that amount of minutes ever. I mean, imagine if he had like a triple-double at halftime. We do have a little winnable games, Jorge. I'm actually going to pull up the schedule right now, and I thank you all for hanging out tonight. If you haven't hit the thumbs up, please do so. Make sure you like and subscribe if you're a Spurs fan. We have an absolutely awesome Spurs community. I'm also a Giants fan, so please don't hold that against me. Sorry. Any Yankees fan, don't hold that against me either. The Spurs coming up. Detroit right now. Charlotte Friday night, very winnable. Chicago Saturday. Atlanta Monday. Charlotte again January 19th. The Wizards January 20th. Yeah, we got some winnable games coming up. We got some losable games coming up too. Play the Celtics again, and last time we played them, it did not go well. I missed the missed shot by Detroit. My apologies. Kellen's going to drive, and we're going to have a whistle. Wemby is back in the game. Geo777, they better win this game. Darren Lever says he's been looking forward to this game. Who hasn't been looking forward to this? The greatest night, without a shadow of a doubt, in NBA history. Where all the dust settles and the smoke clears, and we've seen the irresistible force versus the immovable object. We will know that this was, without a shadow of a doubt, the greatest game ever in the NBA. And we'll never see anything like this again. Telling that the line for 2 makes them both. Probably, yeah, so exactly. Like, oh, you got a triple-double against the Pistons. 33-19. This pull-up 3 is good. By corn rotator guy. Knox. I think Knox is 24. He's got to be. All right, he's on there. Spurs turnover. I was updating my roster. Knox with the runner in the paint. He's saying, you better recognize me. I'm sorry, I was Sasser with the runner. Apparently not. I don't know this Detroit team. I'm sorry. I just don't watch much Detroit basketball. Calvin is not shy about taking shots off the bench, that's for sure. Rowan Martinez, the game is on, well, I don't know. I'm watching it on NBA League Pass as far as regular TV. If you're in Texas, it might be on Bailey Sports Network. If you're out of Texas, I don't know, idea. Ken, look, I try to be very optimistic on this channel. I really do. 30 wins seems really far away. We're 5-30, so that's what, 35 games. That gives us 47 games left. We got to win 25. It means we have to play over 500 basketball. We'd have to go 25-22 to win 30 games. I don't see that happening. I would like to see us get at least to 23 wins. So that way we can say at least better than last year's team. You're welcome, Robin. Lakers are 16-20 from free throw the other night, and Raptors are 1 of 2? 1 of 2? That's like the referees were telling the Raptors that they can suck it! Jared Williams, good evening, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Phil, I'm a little worried that we might not get to 20 wins. which would make this the worst Spurs team of all time, but I've said it before on this channel. I know people are like, well, who cares? It doesn't matter. I'm like, well, I care. And I'm sure the players care. Pop might not care. He might be like, yeah, whatever. We're rebuilding. Trust the process, whatever. I don't want this team to have that attached to them. They already have the worst losing streak of all time by the San Antonio Spurs, and they've done that 2 years in a row. Last year, 16, they set the record. This year, they broke it with 18. I really don't want this to be the worst team of all time. Baby Coyote's falling down. We don't want that to happen. Going well. We're so bad defending pick and roll and middle penetration. You gotta defend the penetration. Raptors game was rigged. But Tim, if the Spurs win 12, that would 12 and 70 would be wow. Fresh Zero, good evening to you. Tracy, I agree. I haven't put one up in a while. But go Spurs, go off. I can't put my finger on Malachi's development either. All I read about him when he was drafted was three-level score. Yeah, things to work on. Not a great defensive player, blah, 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 blah. And his game hasn't translated yet to the NBA. He's still only 20 or 21. He's a former first-round pick, so the Spurs aren't going to be ready to give up on him. He's definitely should not be starting at point like he had been. No way, no how. Spurs are up by 9. We were up by what? Up 15 at one point? So the Pistons are slowly cutting into our lead. Wemby with the ball right now out in three-point land. And there's a whistle. It's not a baby kangaroo. That is clearly a baby coyote. Go, Spurs, go! Boop! You need to forget the Twin Towers. You mean the Eiffel Towers? As they're calling them, Sarr and Wemby. Looks like we got most of the starters back in. No, we don't. Jones with the runner in the paint. Falls off the rim. And it's going to be Detroit basketball. 10.5 minutes to go. Flying into the paint. Sasser misses the layup. Wemby with the rebound. Wemby will bring it up for San Antonio. Thought about the three. Took it down. Keldon's going to get into the paint. Kicks it out to Osman, who's open for three. There we go. 36-24. Oh, geez, Joshua. Hi to everyone in the chat. There you go, Jared. I see a good evening to you. A wolf, really. Trolling baby coyote. Burks with the pull-up jumper off the rim, off the backboard, and in. 36-26. The Spurs are... Both these teams are near the bottom of the league of turnovers. That should not be a shocker to me. Keldon's going to drive in the paint, throws up a very awkward-looking layup, but it went in 38-26. Keldon having a pretty solid game off the bench. Chetty's been very... I would rather see Chetty Osman start than Julian Champagnie. Just my 2 cents. They're the same height. Chetty plays with intensity. Better at creating his own shot. He gets to the rim. When Champagnie's not scoring, he's not really doing much. He'll play a little defense, but that three-pointer is no good. And it's going to be Spurs ball. Trey Jones will bring it up. Alley-oop to Wemby, and Wemby's a little off target, but he is going to get fouled, and it looks like he's going to the line for 2. And we don't send any players to G League because we are a G League team. Aww. The steady Chetty. Steady Chetty. I like that. Mars, what's up? Wemby's at the line for 2. Lawa Hookies. Go Spurs, eat the week. Champagnie should be third string. Yes. Dog, good evening to you again. I think I said hi earlier. Maybe not. Megan, very low scoring for the Pistons so far. 39-26. Jalen Duren checking back in. Jaden Ivey checking back in. You can betting on Chetty. Oh boy. Are we going to have the Chetty things in the chat now? This is Julian Champagnie. His twin brother is in the NBA. I don't remember who he plays for at all. Wemby at the line for one more. And it is going to bounce around and bounce in. Spurs back up by 14. Good start for the Spurs. Well, I shouldn't say good start. So far, a good game for our Spurs. Bogdanovich with the ball right now for Detroit. Starts to drive, gets into the paint, throws it up off the glass. Layup good. Is he playing the Bucks? Pistons tickets are $2. No. Getting tickets for this game are $2? Wemby with the ball out in three-point land. Don't shoot a three. Don't shoot a three. Okay, he's starting to drive. Throws it off a Detroit player. And now a fight for the ball. And multiple people hitting the ground. Osman fighting for the ball. Ivy fighting for the ball. Ball's going to roll out of bounds. It's going to be Spurs ball with 2.5 seconds on the shot clock. As Jaden Ivey may have taken a shot in the face. He took a Chetty to the face. Nice scramble by both players. Fighting, both teams. I think they obviously both teams. Oh, yeah, he took a shot to took the people's hand. Did Jaden Ivey. Does he feel? I didn't follow Jalen Duren back in his college days. As he leaned up a little bit. He may be finding that the lighter body, the less mass, is easier on him than, carrying more bulk around. And Ivy took a shot to the mouth. He's getting worked on right now. Might be bleeding from the mouth. Spurs are going to have a whole... Oh, actually, yeah. See, he's got a cut lip. It just showed Bogdanovich driving and Wemby making a face. It was just funny. I'm sorry. I'm being immature. Most of the starting lineup back in. I see 3/5 of it. For whatever reason, we still have Devin Vassell on the bench and also Jeremy Sohan. We got McDermott and Keldon in there. Keldon getting a lot of minutes off the bench. Essentially the Spurs 6-man now, and I think he's been doing okay. He's been inconsistent like the whole team. He's not afraid to shoot off the bench. We've seen plenty of games where he's taken 15-plus shots, and I think he took 20 shots off the bench one night. Giannis said Wemby don't need to get bigger. Wemby will get pulled in 90 seconds. Phil, don't say that. Don't say that. Spurs going to probably launch a quick shot here to get into Wemby. Wemby's mid-range jumper is going to go in and out, and Bogdanovich with the rebound. Spurs up by 12, 40-28, 8.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. No, Wemby does not need to take steroids. Don't say that. Knox pull-up jumper, no good. McDermott with the rebound, or something you like to call him Slug McDormat. They get Wemby. Spurs trying to go fast break to Wemby. The pass is just a little off. Wemby couldn't handle it. That's a turnover for the Spurs. Ivy drives in the paint, and he's going to get fouled. Justin John Champagny, Sioux Falls Skyforce in the NBA G League. Okay. And he got the full name in there. I was not expecting that. Wemby needs to eat more churros. Seriously? You got to be trolling. This game is a little fugly, Joshua. It's... and by fugly, mean fun. F for fun. U for understanding the game, which is the G. And L is love. Keldon yells. The yells from Keldon. Ivy at the line for one more. He missed the first one. Can you imagine Wemby, just jacked? That would be really scary at that height. He was like a freaking comic book character. Wemby with the ball right now. One-on-one with Duren. Starts to drive. Throws up a very awkward layup and is going to get fouled and go back to the line for two. I know. I was just being a tool. Yes, Jay, let's get this road one. Have you guys noticed? Is it me or is YouTube playing more commercials and longer commercials? So I went to watch a video today, and I got my first ad for 15 seconds, and the next ad break was 45 seconds. I'm like, 45 seconds? I couldn't skip it. I was like, I have to watch 40. I'm out of here. I know the ad revenue's not going up for me at all, so I don't know what's happening there. First free throw is good for Wemby. Robinson was Jack Joshua. 7-1, and he you could tell he was hitting the gym. He was definitely not the biggest, not the biggest biceps in the NBA, but as far as just being cut, he's got to be in the top, one of the top physiques of all time, especially for his height. Wemby made them both 42-29. How many airball to Sohan get a game? About one. He's good for one airball a game, I think. It is Detroit ball. Duren's going to fly into the paint, throws a layup. Good. Amazon Prime is bringing ads in this month, or you can pay $3 a month to not have ads. Hopefully, it's kind of like Peacock, where they play 2 minutes of ads before your program, and then you never see an ad again. 10 on the shot clock for the Spurs. Champagny's going to launch a three. No good. He can't hit a freaking shot. Nice, Kidder 96. All right. A turnaround, and Detroit just missed a jumper at Spurs ball. Wemby with the rebound. I think he was almost a double-double already. Victor can get it over to Champagny. 14 on the shot clock. Back over to Branham. Great, Champagny and Branham. The A-team. Branham's flow jumper in the paint. Short. Gets his own miss. Gets it to Wemby. Wemby's going to throw it down hard.
Thunder dunk of justice.
Wemby's having a really good game. It's a problem not getting any minutes. Spurs with, and we're going to have a foul on Kelvin. Knocked Bogdanovich down. Champagny watch still at 0. Wemby 10, 9, and 4. How is Julian so good in the summer league and can't hit crap now? Exactly, Darren. He has been awful, especially as of late. And I'm rooting for him. I don't want anybody to think that I'm against him or rooting against him. He's a Spur. I'm rooting for him, but he's gone from suck to blow. Not in a good way. Detroit ball. Wemby checks out, as usual, playing very well. Pull him out of the game. Duran going to throw it up and in and one. Foul's going to be on Dominic Barlow. I think Prime Commercial. Oh, Edgar, I hope not. I have Tubi, and having all those commercial breaks, I just don't even watch anymore. Champagny, McDermott, and Branham all in the same time. Yep. A band stay on my mind. He just came out of the game. Doesn't get any playing time. 5.5 minutes in the first, 5.5 minutes in the second. So what he played 11 minutes. Spurs are challenging this. We'll have a timeout. The Spurs are up 44-33. 6.5 minutes to go, and I guess we'll chat with the chat. Whoa, Rich. Whoa, Sweet John Stewart. It's all PG rated. Innuendo. PG can be innuendo. You did, Phil. You did say Wemby would be out. And sure enough, he is. Dang it. Cowboy X Factor, good evening. Thank you for stopping in. Yep, I'm going to chat the chat with the chat, OC. Wemby's played 11 minutes. Having a fantastic game. Possibly triple-double. 11 minutes. Spurs don't play tomorrow. You don't need to rest them. 11 minutes. 11. Great. The R friends. This channel is rated R. This channel, I definitely am not rated R. Gilo, Takdo. I definitely was wanting Jalen Duren in the draft in 2022. No doubt. I like your channel, Sarah, because you stay always positive and realistic, but not turning into a hater of the team. Thank you, Rolo. I do try to stay positive and realistic, but I'll also call it things I don't like. Like, I haven't liked a lot of Pop's rotations at times. I don't like Julian Champagny starting right now. He did have he actually had 2 good games when he first became a regular starter. His last 6 games, he's not been good. So stuff like that, I mean, you also got to call it like you see it. DeJounte Murray trade rumors. I, for fun, did a video on DeJounte Murray 12 days ago, just like, would the Spurs bring him back? Just for the heck of it. And now there's actual rumors that the Spurs may be slightly interested. But in the end, I always close out my videos with, or a lot of times I'll mention, you may disagree with what I think is good for the Spurs. I may disagree with you, but in the end, we're all rooting for the team. We want to see them win. We want to see them grow. And seeing the team lose the way they have this year and losing so often, it sucks. It sucks seeing them at 5-30. I wasn't expecting 500 ball, but I was not expecting, I don't know what 5-30 is percentage-wise, but it's not very good. Yeah, I heard Kawhi got an extension. Zanaholic, good afternoon. I watched Sports Medicine. He said that the MR will always show bruising, but that he could play back to minutes and play. I'm surprised he's not playing 30 minutes. Caps 210, good evening to you. Jason Knight Gaming says, Julian was amazing in preseason, but recently scored 0 points in 2 games after 20. He scored his last 6 games. He's had only 1 good game. He's had 3 or 4 of his last 6 games with 0 field goals. That struggle's real. Zach Prime is bringing ads. Nobody's happy about it. I was shocked when I shouldn't be shocked. Everything's turning into streaming services. That's one of the big reasons I talk about on this channel. I don't want to do sponsorships on this channel. because it annoys the crap out of me when I'm watching something and they're talking and you know it's coming. That's a turnover for the Spurs. Bogdanovic in the paint, layup good. You can just tell when the YouTube channel's talking, you can feel like they're going to segue to a sponsorship, and then they do for 2 or 3 minutes or more. I'm just like, fast forward. I don't want that here. I just really don't. Devasell's finally checked back in. He has the ball right now for San Antonio. He's going to force a pull-up jumper. No good. And headband guy with the rebound for the Pistons. I have no idea who that is. Oh, well, it's a turnover for the Pistons. They get the ball to Jalen Duren in the paint. Spins around, throws it up, and one again. Barlow fouls him again. This is a second and one in like the last minute, and it's now a 7-point game. Jason, I didn't even see that pop on the challenge, to be honest with you. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending how you look at it, watching the game, doing the scoreboard, and talking to you guys, I can't catch everything, unfortunately. I try to, but I can't. Oh, was he fouled before the shot? He might have been fouled before the shot. He's at the line, or maybe I put a bucket up too quick. All right, well, I don't know what I did. It's 44-36. Oh, the ads are terrible now on YouTube. They're so long, and I'm sorry. I would shut the ad revenue off, but I do like Google's ad revenue. I'm going to be transparent there, which is why I don't do memberships, sponsorships, or Patreon. I'm fine with taking Google's money. I don't want to ask you guys for it. That makes sense. By the way, Dominic Barlow just scored in the paint. We are back up by 10, 46-36. And by we, I mean the Spurs, not me. Spurs with 28 points in the paint. The Pistons have 24. A lot of scoring in the paint tonight. During turnaround jumpers and air ball. Air ball. Barlow with another pull-up jumper. In and out. Good evening, Greg. Thank you for stopping in. They are, Zach, they are. And Duren with another jumper, layup in the paint. Mark Lancaster, good evening. Well, thank you, John Doe. Appreciate that. Thumbs up looks like this in case you haven't hit it. Go, Spurs, go! Go, Spurs, go! Barlow will get the ball to Champagny. Champagny with the ball. Going to get it back to Barlow. Barlow, a little reverse layup. Good. And one. Barlow's got, who's headband guy here for the Pistons? I have no idea who that is. That must be, must be Harris. Harris has not played much this year. Yep, Harris, 31. Figures all the guys I figured won't be playing much tonight are getting in there. So Harris with, I think, the foul. Anyway, Dominic Barlow at the line for one. Good. Barlow now with 7 points. I don't know his career highs in the NBA, but I can't imagine it's too much. Barlow secret trying to foul, so pop subs in Wemby. There you go. Duren gets the alley-oop dunk from Killian Hayes. We don't want him to get going. It's only a 9-point game. Calvin with the bar right now, starts to drive, gets to the Devin. Devin in the paint. Layup is blocked. Late whistle. That's going to be 2 free throws for the Spurs. Best coach in the NBA today? I actually did a video on Brian Wright. Yale, kind of gave my thoughts on him. Duren has 3 fouls? The best coach in the NBA. I mean, do I just have to say Pop because I'm a Spurs fan? Is that how that goes? That makes sense, right? No, Pop and I drop in, so we'll go Spurs go while I do that. Devin missed the first free throw. But Kano, I feel like Wemby's been on a minutes restriction for over 2 weeks now. Best coach is TSR. Thank you, Rico. I'm tired of Pop. I'm sorry. No, that's fine. Look, you guys, if for those of you that say, hey, trust Pop no matter what, I respect your opinion on this channel. For those of you who say it's time to go, I respect that too. I totally get it. Elias, it seems like there's some talk out there that the Spurs could be interested in bringing him back. I don't see it happening. Hayes with the jumper in the paint, no good. The Hawks gave up so much for Murray. They're not going to get the same thing in return from us. Sohan misses in the paint. Loose ball is going to fall in the hands of Barlow. Barlow's reverse layup is no good. Hit the bottom of the rim, I think. That was a kind of an ugly possession for the Spurs. It is Detroit ball down by 10, 3:40 to go. Hayes going to drive in the paint. We'll pass it out to, I don't know who that is. Pull-up jumper is good. Bucks. There's so many different Pistons playing tonight that I'm getting thrown off. I'm sorry. Barlow's career 21 against the Mavs last year. Thank you, H3. He dropped 21 last year. Did he really? Gosh, I don't remember that. So, crossover door pulls up, and he is good. 52-42. I'm in the middle of that. But kind of that's where I am. That's actually right where I am. I'm kind of in the, if the Spurs are horrible again next year, and then that should probably be Pop's last year. Jaden Ivey drives in the paint, gets the layup. No defense by the Spurs as he just parts the Red Sea. The Pistons are 11 of 18 this quarter. The Spurs are only 6 of 15. We have been getting some points from the line, though. 10 on the shot clock. Devin Vassell, three-point land, pick and roll with Barlow. Gets it over to Kelvin. Kelvin thinks about the three, pulls it down, drives in the paint. A little runner, good. 54-44. Veronica, good evening to you. Spank that like button. 54-44. Burks with the ball, drives the paint, throws it up, and he's going to get fouled. And 2 more free throws coming up. Even though we don't want to pop out, a lot of people call him the so-called GOAT. And he's one of the greatest of all time. 5-30 record this season for the Spurs. Worst through 35 games in team history. No spit. I mean, come on. Got some substitutions. I think Barlow might have 3 fouls now. Honestly, I'm willing to wait until next year. Obviously, it's not up to me. I have no say in what happens. But he's certainly, this is the second fully committed year of the rebuild. I do question his rotations, though. Yes, he does need to come back, Hurricane. He's drinking water right now. I don't think he's coming back in the game this quarter or this half. So that kind of thinking I kind of disagree with, Mr. Z. Everybody falls from grace at some point. Everybody. Time always wins. Bill Belichick can't win in New England anymore. My favorite UFC fighters at the end of their career couldn't win. David Robinson's my favorite player of all time. He was not the same in the last few years. Coaches, the game has changed a lot since Pop started coaching. I just can't be a blind trust no matter what. And that's in anything. That's not just relative to Greg Popovich. That's like anything in life. Devontae Graham, does he have an injury? Yes. He has my butt stuck to the bench injury because the team don't want to play me. I believe in Timothy Theodore Duncan. There you go. I wasn't happy with the coach of a team in Australian rules football, and then we went on to win 4 premierships and nearly 4 in a row. There you go. Spurs ball. Both teams are in the bonus. We're near the 2-minute warning. So in with ball right now. Drops it off to Kelvin. Kelvin's going to start to drive into the paint. Up off the glass. And good. Kelvin's been having a very good first half so far for San Antonio. Burks for 3, no good. Trey Jones going to get the rebound. Spurs not on the run. Detroit gets back in transition. Jones over to Vassell. Vassell back to Trey Jones. Jones going to drive in the paint. Pull up off the glass is good. 12-point lead for San Antonio. We are definitely getting another lottery pick. Very well could be a top 3 pick. Bogdanovich fakes out Jones. Jones goes almost into the crowd, and Bogdanovich hits the 3, 58-49. Trey on 3-point land, starts to drive, pick and roll with Dominic Barlow into the paint. Right back out of the paint, out to Kellen. Kellen's going to start to drive. He drops it off to Jeremy Sohan. 8 on the shot clock for the Spurs. Sohan with a little jump hook and gets absolutely rejected by James Wiseman, but it's going to be a goaltend. Okay. I would love to see Steve Kerr be the next coach of the Spurs, by the way. Say what you want about Keldon. He always plays. Can't say the same for everyone else. Ooh. Got fired. Bogdanovich drives in the paint, hits the layup. I don't totally disagree with that. Toby, good evening to you. 60-51. Trey Jones way on 3-point land. 10 on the shot clock for the Spurs. Looking for a pick and roll with Barlow. Jones now going to take off in the paint. Stops, throws it up off the glass. No good. Pistons ball. I don't think they're going to try to 2-for-1. No, maybe they will. Burks misses a layup in the paint. It is Spurs ball. Wemby played 11 minutes in the first half. 11! Seriously? I don't know what to say, man. Jones drives in the paint, throws it out to Sohan. Sohan with the three. Banks the three. Okay. It went in, whatever. 11 opens three at the end of the quarter, or the half, and it's no good from Knox. Spurs are going to take a 12-point lead in the half. Yeah, so, I mean, Wiseman was, what, a first overall pick or second overall pick, and now he's on the bench for the Pistons, the worst team in the NBA. He is, yeah. He did win a ring, though, at Golden State, did he not? So he is an NBA champion. Here's what it is. Baby Coyote is fire. We're going to get into the halftime stats after I change the quarter to half, but a good first half for the Spurs. Banking 3 points are back in. Well, Jared, the team's been playing better in the second half lately. So I think they can hold it. Wemby is still on a minutes restriction. I thought that was over. I thought they were done with the minutes restriction. Is that really still on? Have we confirmed that? Pop change the system to get us our last championship. Not Timmy, nothing. Or just not working with any of the other guys we have on the team. All right, let's pull up the halftime stats because that's what I do. All right, anyway, I don't know. Do a little dance. Mellow. Get down tonight. Get down tonight. All right, for the Detroit Pistons. Livers with 0. Bogdanovich with 14 to lead the Pistons. Duran with 11. Ivy with 6. And Hayes with 2 off the bench. And yeah, they are going with 11-man rotation. Thompson with 0. Harris with 0. Knox and Wiseman both with 3. Burks taking a lot of shots. 2 of 8 from the field. He is having a very inefficient night and 6 points. And nothing else to contribute to his team except for a turnover and a foul. Burks, no rebounds, no assists, no steals, no blocks, just a bad shooting night and the foul and a turnover. And Sasser with 6 for our San Antonio Spurs. Champagne with donut. Yeah, he's got 4 rebounds and an assist, but in 13 minutes, he's got 0 points. 0. 0 for 2 from the field. What you doing out there? Jeremy Sohan has 11. Victor Wembanyama in only 11 minutes. 12 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. And they did take his walk away. Trey Jones with 6 points, and Demisel with 7. Off the bench for the Spurs, Dominic Barlow with 7 points, McDermott with 0, Osman with 4. Oh, things just moved because of an ad. Brandon with 5, and Kellnan with 11 points and 3 assists in 16 minutes. 4 of 5 from the field, having a good first half. Spurs outscored Detroit 31-19 in the first quarter. Second quarter was all tied up 32-all. So a good first half for our Spurs so far. I talked about Julian Champagnie earlier, and that he's been playing a little not well as of late. And we're not here to beat up on him. I'm not here to do that. Just calling out the facts. Just calling out the facts. His last 5 games, he has scored from most recent to the furthest away. 2, 0, 12, 0, 7. And he's had 3 out of his last 5 games. He did not hit a field goal. He is in a slump right now offensively. He's 0 for 2 tonight. I'm rooting for him. But if you look at his season for the Spurs, if you look all the way back to the start of the season, did not play, 7 minutes, 3 minutes, did not play, 6 minutes, 16 minutes, 3 minutes, did not play. Had 4 games as a starter where he played okay, did not play. Back up, started the game, back up, and then his minutes got actually crushed. 4 minutes, 6 minutes, 8 minutes, 6 minutes, 9 minutes, 13 minutes, 2 minutes, 10 minutes. Boom, now he's a starter again. What? I don't know what Pop's doing with him this year. He's all over the place. There's got to be a better option. I think Chetty Osman would be better. We're getting close to 100 thumbs up, by the way. Just see, we definitely have enough people in the chat. So if you are a TSR subscriber or a Spurs fan, make sure you hit the thumbs up. If you're a Detroit fan, thank you for stopping in. I would appreciate a thumbs up from you as well.
Go Spurs, go! Go Spurs, go!
We got each other. And that's a lot for love. Oh, it's somebody bouncing thing on their face. I don't like these. Yeah, Josh, you just said the guy that bounces crap on his chin again. This guy again, really? Oh, man. This is ridiculous. Nobody wants to see this. I don't want to see this. Do you want to see this? Here. Look at this dumbass. I'm going to show you that dumbass real quick. He's going to bounce a ladder on his face. This guy here. I know you can't really see him, but this is what he does. This is what I'm stuck watching with during halftime. This butt munch. Oh, well. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? AOS changed. Thank you for stopping in. Wemby, I need 12 more points. Man B. By the way, if you are a Wemby fan, because I know Wemby's got a fan base, of course, now. As a San Antonio Spurs fan, I do plan on covering the Spurs a lot, but I do cover Wemby a lot. So, and we're doing a Wemby song. I'm currently in the process of recording the vocals for Wemby in the Name Of, which will be a cover of Rage Against the Machine's Killing in the Name Of. The music's all done. Half the vocals are done. I'm hoping to finish the vocals either tomorrow or Friday after work, depending on if my voice is fine tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow after work. And hopefully shoot the video this weekend. That's going to be the thing that takes the longest, is actually shooting a darn video. I'm not sure what I'm going to do at all on the video end. Is Champagne taller than Sohan? Is he? I thought Champagne was like 6'7" and Sohan is 6'8". Are you sure about that, Toby? My screen just moved. That's not good. Let's fix that. I said let's fix that. Come on, ESPN. Don't make me mad. All right, and we're balance things on my face guy is still out there. Well, whatever. Joe, good evening to you. Thank you for the thumbs up. Matisse Bouzales? No, I've heard of Matisse Tybalt. I don't know who that is. Kokoshiba, he's cooking when he's still on a damn minute restriction. I don't get it. By the way, if you're looking for something to watch during halftime, I got a little something for you. I put up a video today with Eli Manning playing the Terminator, and it is sports related. I do have a couple goofy videos like that, but we appreciate you checking it out and let me know if you'd like to see Spurs content like that. So I'm going to drop actually the link right here. It's only 30 seconds. It's very quick. Hopefully that's the right link and not some kind of weird porn thing. I think it's the right link. I volunteered to translate the lyrics of the Wemby song in French. Thank you, Isabel. I appreciate that. There's not many lyrics, thank goodness. The original song, Killing in the Name Of, if you haven't heard it by Rage Against the Machine, repeats itself a whole lot. Now the song closes with, F you, I won't do what you told me, over and over and over again. Spoiler alert, that will not be in the song on this channel. I'm not doing that. Mr. Z, I'd like Steve Kerr. Is it the wrong link? Was it? Steve Kerr's contract's coming up. He's a former San Antonio Spur. He's a former NBA champion as a player, a former NBA champion as a coach. Has said good things about San Antonio from what I hear. I would love to have Steve Kerr be our next coach. The window on the Golden State Warriors is closing rapidly, while the Spurs, that window is going to start opening in regards to, of course, championships. So Steve Kerr be my pick. Thank you, boy Rico. Pity would have been the most French part of the song. Chim, some people have said Avery Johnson. A lot of people say Tim Duncan. I don't see any place where any way, shape, or form Tim Duncan wants to be the coach of the Spurs. Manu Ginobili's been mentioned. I don't know if he has any desire to be a head coach. Tim did that 1 year as an assistant coach, and he said, I'm out, so I don't think Timmy wants to do it. Rich Wild for that link. Oh, wow, was that a weird video? Wembanyama plus minus by quarter, 2023 to 24. First quarter, plus 56. Second, minus 105. Third, minus 102. Fourth, minus 19. What in the... Wow. MT Karthik was here. Well, thank you for being here. Champagne's listed at 6'9". Is he really? That's a true story, Zach. Rich should be the next head coach. No, definitely not. Kevin Hart is going to be the Spurs' next coach. That would be hilarious because when they're in huddle, you won't even be able to find him at all. Is Steve Kerr having problems with his young guys? I honestly don't know what's happening in Golden State. I don't really follow much what's happening outside of the league. When you guys tell me, like John Morant being out for the year, I didn't know that happened until Cowboy X Factor, one of our subscribers and loyal viewers, said, "Hey, John Morant's out for the year." I was like, "What? Okay." All right, Jared. I don't like how Draymond Green handled it. Yeah, Draymond's got trouble. Queen Jedi, good evening to you. Kirk could bring Curry with him to Steve. Now, Steph Curry's getting up there in years, but he still, I'm sure, has a few good games left in him. And he's a three-point specialist. It's not like he's lives off dunking the ball over his opposition. He feasts from the three-point line. That, as long as he can stay healthy, I can see him doing that. To the same, to as long as LeBron plays. Dude, yeah, you got to talk about Draymond. Yeah, he's got 99 thumbs up. We need one more thumbs up. Can we? If not for me, how about for Baby Coyote? I don't know. I know, I'm like a little kid with this thing. I'm sorry. Veronica? No. No. Oh, that's your number 100. All right. When are we going to play 8 minutes of second half? That's not funny. The Spurs get DeJounte. We won't have to waste the top pick on a point guard. What do you think about that, Rich? Ernesto, that's one thing that I think Spurs fans need to be careful with. Is I see a lot of Spurs fans in the videos, I don't want DeJounte Murray. We're going to draft our future point guard in this year's draft. How many point guards don't pan out? Scoot Henderson right now is struggling in Portland. Point guard is the hardest position to learn in the NBA. And to just assume that whoever we draft is going to be the guy for the next decade, and you hope it's going to be, whether it's Nikola or Isaiah, whoever it is, you hope that's going to be the guy. But lottery picks and high draft picks don't always pan out. Didn't we not draft a point guard 12th overall a few years ago? And they whipped his wingy-dangy out, and now he's not even with the team? You never know what's going to happen. We just can't sit here and say, for sure, we're getting our point guard of the future in the draft, and we're good. You don't know that. And I'm not the biggest DeJounte Murray fan, but at least you know what you have in Murray. You have a guy that's going to score you 18 to 20 points a game, get you maybe 8 assists, going to grab 7 or 8 boards, play solid defense. I know it's a tough spot. I don't think he's coming here, but you know what you have with one player, and I know he said stuff about the Spurs we don't like. I get it. And you have the unknown factor of the lottery. So many players get drafted and have high expectations and never meet them. And that could happen to us. We've been very lucky. We've had a lot of busts. We definitely have had a ton of busts, but we got very lucky with drafting Timmy and then Tony and Manu. Let's not forget, Tony and Manu were late picks. They were not expected to be the players they were. I've seen Rob Dilley's name a little bit. Think about it. We already have Vassell, Jeremy Wemby picks, etc. You're talking about like we have enough. Nikola Topic's name I see all the time. Please don't let anything distract you from the fact that Eagles lost to the Cardinals and Giants. Queen Jedi, they've lost 5 of their last 6. They're a mess right now. And in the last game against the Giants, a few of their players got injured. I don't know if they're severe injuries. The Eagles are cooked. I think they're going to get knocked out this weekend. They could get lucky, but I think they're done. They don't look anything like the Super Bowl team from last year. Yes, we did, Mr. Scott Scratch. Was Parker 29th pick? I don't remember where he was drafted. Eagles are a joke. I mean, so far. We drafted Murray and White. Mr. Z, I say that's fair. I think he definitely helped develop Murray. Since we're tanking all the time, let Brett Brown be the coach. Game's about to come back in 1 minute and 15 seconds. I appreciate those of you that watched the New York Giants video. If you did and hit the thumbs on it, I greatly appreciate it because that video did not have many thumbs up on it. So I certainly can use the help there. And just curious, everything on this channel will be sports related, but you guys know I like to be very creative, and doing little shorts like that or funny things with the Yankees or the Spurs might be something I like to do in the future. There's obviously the music side of the channel, but that is also sports related only. So everything will always stay sports related, but I might venture out into different areas of entertainment, if you will, while doing the sports stuff, because I like to get the creative juices rolling once in a while. He didn't develop spit. Okay, well, fair enough. I mean, how would you feel about... They think the Hawks are going to want first-round picks back for Murray. They are. There's no way they would trade him back to us and not expect at least one first-round pick. And I'm fine with trading the plethora of second-round picks we have. We have 1 million second-round picks. Trade them away. You want to trade that lottery-protected Charlotte pick from this year? Go ahead, because the Hornets are a lottery team. You want to give the Hawks the pick swap back? Just fine, take that away, but I just don't see it working out. Murray, which way? We had a lot of guys, Queen Jedi, we had a lot of guys that were drafted 29th that have panned well. Cal was the 29th overall pick. I see some hands up in the chat. This is funny. All right, players on the court. Let's get in on the second. I put quarter 1 up. Rich, what are you doing? It's quarter 3. That is so wrong. All right, back to the game. Pistons will start off with the ball down by 12. I'm going to sneeze any second now. Hayes with the pull-up jumper, no good. Wemby with the rebound, and I think he took a shot to the eye. He's kind of holding his face. I think that's also Wemby's... Is that his 10th rebound? He's aight. Vassell's going to try to toss it into Wemby. Wemby with the reverse jam, and... 1. Not a good pass by Devin Vassell. Wemby gets the ball, and then is able to throw down a little reverse jam. His height just lets him do such great things.
Thunder dunk of justice.
They make their best picks at 29. It seems like we made some great picks at 29, Joshua. Wemby with 14 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists. And this is all in 11 and a half minutes. Missed a free throw, though. Fletcher says a lot of folks are saying they like Trae Young. I see his name come up a lot. And the Hawks might just blow it all up. Who the heck knows? In which case, those first-round picks we have in 25 and 27 are really going to convey into something good. That's a turnover for the Pistons, down by 14. Spurs ball. Wemby gets it to Devin Vassell. Vassell in the paint. And he's going to get a dunk.
Thunder dunk of justice.
That should be another assist for Wemby. That pull-up three is no good by Jaden Ivey. Rebound for the Pistons by Bogdanovich with the follow-up three good. It is Spurs ball, 67-54. Sohan thinks about a three, pulls it down. Drops it off to Trey Jones. Jones back out to Victor. And now gets to Sohan in the paint. Sohan turnaround jumper is a air ball. Gets his own miss and puts it in. And the San Antonio Spurs have just 69. The Detroit Pistons, 69. Ooh, yeah, 69. All right, sorry. Getting a little too into that. And we're going to have a kickball on Sohan. Oh, and a foul. A reverse Thunder Dunk of Justice video. I mean, could I just play the Thunder Dunk of Justice video backwards? Would that count? Fletcher says, I don't think Wemmy's going to get enough minutes for a triple-double. Rich, we need to skip the third quarter. Facts. Drawling Chong, good evening. Drawling, did you see that there are rumors going around that the Spurs might bring your favorite number 5 back? How excited are you? Detroit basketball. Bogdanovich. They go around the world, and the corner three is no good by Jaden Ivey. It is Spurs ball. Wemby will bring it up for San Antonio. Get to Champagne. Oh my God, Julian Champagne scored with a layup. Julian Champagne has scored. Stop the presses. James Sanchez, good evening to you. For real, my ears woke up. What happened? Who's 54? Fletcher says, I don't know anybody that's 54. 9-man Spurs coaching staff? Oh, 6-9. I see what you did there. Got it. 4 away from a trip dub. Wemby is doing everything tonight. Let me look at his stats right now. Wemby's got 11 points. I'm sorry, 14 points, 11 rebounds. And I'm telling you, 6 assists. Point Wemby. Make it happen, Spurs. Point Wemby. We don't need a point guard. We got Wemby. Wemby will just... 69 call. Okay. Yes, Champagne scored. Pop the Champagne. Wemby passed it. I don't think it's intentionally going for the triple-double. I think it's just happening. But a triple-double would be nice. And no, never will. Oh. That's okay. Spurs are up by... I just realized we're up by 17. Spurs are having a good game tonight. And are we up in the third quarter? Because usually we lose the third quarter. We're up 8-3. And this, if you're not familiar with the storyline, the Spurs have been terrible in the third quarter this year. Absolutely just a nightmare. One of the worst third quarter teams of all time. Not just this year, but of all time. But lately, just a little bit, have been getting better in the third quarter. And getting better overall. And I do think they should win this game tonight with Detroit missing Cade Cunningham and Isaiah Stewart. And this is, we're bad at 5-30, but the Pistons are 3-34. They are the worst team in the NBA. The Spurs should win this. We'll see. On a good night, Wemby is likely to record a quadruple double. You know the last person to do that, my friends, right? Last quadruple double in the NBA, I believe it was in 1994. David went for 34, 10, 10, and 10. 34 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, and 10 blocks. Now, I have argued Russell Westbrook has had quadruple doubles, but apparently they don't count if you get over 10 points, rebounds, assists, and turnovers. Because he's had plenty of those type of quadruple doubles. The NBA, I guess, doesn't count it like that. Should. Keeping my man down. I'm sure the Spurs had to have been favored. Yes, keep spanking. Only spank the like once. If you spank it twice, you'll hit the like and then you'll unlike it. The 7-game tour, Muhammad, I believe we can win like 3 or 4 games out of this, can't we? We play some bad teams, and if anybody knows bad teams, Spurs fan, because we've had a bad year. That shot's no good. Ball's going to go out of bounds. It's going to stay with Detroit. Yes, he is, James. Spurs might make a trade only after the draft. We'll see. I'm curious to what they're going to do. We have a couple expiring contracts. Doug McDermott, Chetty Osman. Don't know what's going to happen with them. Bogdanovich for 3 on the inbound pass. No good. Devin Vassell with the rebound. Me too, Zach. You know it's coming. You know it's coming. The thing is, Cowboys fans can't even they can talk smack that the Giants suck, which I accept that. But if you say that Dallas Cowboys are probably going to get knocked out this weekend, a lot of Cowboys fans are realistic and probably going to think, yeah, that might just happen. Spurs ball. Wemby with it. Going to pull up for a jumper. No good. Bogdanovich with the rebound. 71-54. 17-point game to get the ball up to Killian Hayes. Hayes back out to Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich going to drive on Sohan. Passes across court. And finally a pull-up 3 is going to be in and out for Isaiah Livers. Spurs ball. Jones will bring it up for San Antonio. 9 minutes to go in the third quarter. Trey Jones going to throw it over to Champagnie. Back to Sohan for an open 3. No good. Trey Jones tips the ball over to Wemby. Wemby behind the back pass to Sohan for the layup. Wemby putting on a passing clinic tonight. What up, Luka goes with Spurs? Luka Samanic? No, we've already had him. That's the only Luka that's coming to us flex assistant in the next year. I don't see Doncic coming to it. Open 3 for Ivy. Good. 8 assists for Wemby. Is that his 8th assist? Oh, he's getting the triple-double tonight. Don't take him out, Pop. Let him play. Let him get a triple-double as a rookie. Wemby with the ball right now, running the point. Gets it over to Devin Vassell. Vassell for 3. No good. Just missed another assist there. And now a foul on the Spurs. That's going to be on Champagnie. And he had 7 assists or 8 assists. Han Shi-sung, thank you for stopping in. Duggan had a quadruple-double, but the scorekeeper's made a mistake and gave 2 of his blocks to Robinson. From San Antonio, I am from Massachusetts, but a San Antonio Spurs fan up here in the Northeast, currently living in Connecticut. And thank you for stopping in. This is primarily a San Antonio Spurs channel. We live stream almost all the games. I've only missed 2 games this year. Plan on missing only 1 more. Do a lot of daily videos, some shorts, and that's a turnover for the Pistons. Spurs on a fast break. Try to get up to Champagnie, and the ball's going to get lost. Roll. And Champagnie finally gets the loose ball out to Sohan. Sohan's going to drive in the paint. And the layup is going to... No good. Come on, Jeremy. You got to finish those. Or just go dunk it. You're tall enough. It is Detroit basketball. Ivy for 3. No good. And Victor can't get the rebound, but Trey Jones will. 73-57, 7.5 minutes to go. I also covered the New York Giants and the Yankees, and that's about it. Trey Jones going to drive the paint, gets the layup. There's a foul. I don't know if he's going to get the and one or if the foul is before the shot. We'll have to wait on that one. Well, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate that. I think we have a wonderful sports community. We don't always agree, which is fine. We can agree to disagree, and it's an and one for Trey Jones. But we do cover the Spurs a lot on here, and I like to have fun. I'm also a musician, so occasionally put music videos up of sports-related, sports songs, and other weird stuff, like the Eli Manning as the Terminator video I put up today, just because I can. Queen Jedi, we will see. Has any player ever got 10 points, 10 rounds, hits, 10 blocks, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10? I don't think so. Not like that. Detroit ball, they are down by 19. And Jordan's going to get an alley-oop dunk as he throws it down. All right. I'm getting a little nervous. We're at that point where Pop likes to take out Wemby. Wemby with the ball, going to launch an open three. Ball will go out of bounds. And Spurs ball. Wemby all over the floor like a 6-foot point guard. Is he sitting... No, Jorling. Wemby's 5 minutes and 15 seconds. I don't like that three-point shot he just took. But my man is not getting any minutes tonight. Vassell for three. No good. Duran with the rebound. Hi, they're not too good this year. I did say, it's your Puerto Rico, I was actually half joking and half not joking. Like, Donovan drives, gets the layup. The Pop going to call a timeout. Wemby's played 16 and a half minutes roughly tonight. And putting up huge numbers. Getting a lot of 5x5s? 5x5s. You mean double-digit points, rebounds, points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks? Sorry. Phil, I don't like the heavy minutes restriction tonight. Sean Elliott and David Robinson went to the church my mom preached at, and we have a picture of them holding what? Wemby needs 8 more points. Man, B, I hope he plays long enough. Wemby is going for a triple-double, Hans Young. Oh, my apologies, I say that incorrect. He's a couple assists short, but man, he's not getting any minutes. My guy could have a triple-double in 20 minutes. Dougie McDermott's getting traded to the Wolves. Is that actually a stat? That's right. Chim, that is the last triple-double by Mr. Robinson. 34, 10, 10, and 10. Oh, 5 points, 5 rebounds, 5 blocks, 5 steals, 5 assists. Isn't that what would Charles Barkley say? Triple single? Spurs will save Wemby for the Mr. Fourth Quarter, Geo777. That's what I call Wemby a while back. He's had some big moments in the fourth quarter for us. Sure, the Spurs have won very few games this year. They've actually won 5 games, so very, very few games. But that being said, the team it's getting better, and he's a big part of that fourth quarter. Hopefully, he'll win tonight. I can't even fathom the Spurs losing to the Pistons. He'll get a 5-tuple double someday. Okay. You have a signed Wemby jersey? Well, I'm a little jelly. Andy, good evening to you. Spurs decided before season started they're not going to injure our potential all-star rookie in the first year. Rebuild in progress. Yeah, but at least give him 28 to 30 minutes. I can't move to San Antonio at high. I work for the state of Connecticut. I can't live that far away from the state. I just can't. So I'm stuck here in Connecticut for at least probably 15 more years, probably 17, maybe 20. We'll see. Yep, it was 1994. Thought so. So many people like knuckle sandwich. Doug McDermott has the what? Has the sloth eyes? Oh, don't say that to Veronica. Notable recent injuries. Cade Cunningham, knee strain, out at least 7 to 10 days. Ja Morant, shoulder subluxation, out for the season. Tyrese Halliburton's out for 2 weeks. Chris Paul fractured his hands, out for at least 3 weeks. Yeah, and all guards. All point guards. Actually, I don't know if Cade Cunningham's a point guard. Is Cade the point guard or shooting guard of the Pistons? I should know, but I honestly don't. It is Spurs ball. Jeremy Sohan with the ball right now for the Spurs. Out to Devin Vassell. Vassell back to Sohan. 5 on the shot clock for Jeremy. Drives in the paint. The runner is off the back rim. No good. Dominic Barlow with the offensive board. Will get the ball to Trey Jones. Jones looking for a pick and roll with Dominic Barlow. Gets the pick. Gets the roll. Back out to Vassell. 4 on the shot clock. Vassell's going to drive in the paint. Turnaround, spin around jumper is nice. Phil, what happens when they say I have to come into the office? Because occasionally I have to do that. What if they say you have to come into the office tomorrow? Now I got to book a last-second flight to Connecticut. It's not worth it. Plus, I own a home in Connecticut. Bogdanovich spins around, gets in the paint, tries to throw behind the no-look. Tries to throw a pass. It did not work. Keldon Johnson caught the pass. That's a turnover. Keldon's going to fly into the paint down the other end, and we're going to have a foul by Bogdanovich. Cade is shooting guard. Okay, Jane, I thought so, hon. I thought that was the case. The Hurricane Man is saying Cade is a point guard. Are they both point guards for the team? I think Detroit is doing pop when he's at. Oh, they were. They were Flexor assists. I think when we got pulled out of the game, I think the Detroit fans were actually. I think they were booing him a little bit because he's just not playing. I get it. I'm frustrated with how little he's playing tonight, and he's playing phenomenal. Yeah, I don't like the three-point shot attempts. Aside from that, though, he's scoring, he's rebounding, he's getting assists. My man is close to his first career triple-double, and they just showed him on the bench, and he does not look happy. Just sitting there like, probably thinking, why the hell am I on the bench again? Damn it, Grandpa, put me back in. You know he's thinking something like that. Multiple misses in the paint by Knox, and finally a tip-in. Kevin Knox, I think he just had 3 or 4 offensive rebounds in that possession. 80-63, Spurs up by 17. Devin Vassell will start to drive to the paint. Out to Keldon. Keldon's going to take off. He's going to get into the paint. Little Euro step and lose the ball out of bounds. It'll stay with the Spurs. They boo Pop and have they been booing Pop in San Antonio? If they boo Pop in Detroit, he's going to tell him not to boo himself. No, he won't do that. Yeah, I did, OC. Yeah, I did. Adrian, I think that's where a lot of fans are. Like, you want to believe in Pop, you want to believe in the trust, the process, believe the system, but the losing is... it's a lot. Vassell for 3 from the corner. 20-point game. All right. 20-point game. I'm hoping... the Spurs take a huge lead in the fourth. We might not see Victor again. That sucks. He could have his first triple-double, and it's so close, and the heavy minutes restriction tonight stops him from having that. Alec Burks drives to the hoop, gets the layup off the glass. Good. Detroit needs to play a little better. Actually, I can't believe I'm saying that. Play a little better so Wemby comes back in, damn it. Don't go into the fourth down like 25 points or more. Queen Jedi, that would not work. 4 on the shot clock. Keldon with the ball. He's got the force of 3. That's an air ball. We've had a few air balls tonight. It is Pistons ball. Marcus Sasser with the ball. 3-point layup. 4:10 on the shot clock. Starts to drive on Keldon. On Devin. Gets it over to Duran. Duran's going to kick it out. They go around the world. Finally, an open 3 is going to be good for Knox. If Pop played 5 to 7 more minutes per game, we could have 5 to 7 more wins. I don't think I can disagree with that. Well, Sans family, thank you for smashing the thumbs up. I appreciate that. I don't know who the youngest is ever to have a triple-double, by the way, Flexor Sis, so I can't. I have no idea. Knox, the reporter from Batman, yes, he is. He knocks it down. Mr. Z, one thing I can say about our Spurs is a lot of our guys are consistently inconsistent. And we've seen that the last few years. Pistons have 21 assists on 28 made field goals, so they are passing the ball well. Malcolm Branham at the line for 2, made the first one. Spurs are in the bonus. And for the first time tonight, Blake Wesley is checking in the game. Can't believe I'm saying this. I'm praying Pistons make their shots. Because you'd like to see Wemby back in the game. I get it. Han, I agree 100%. Although I'm a Spurs fan, Michael Jordan I feel is the greatest of all time. And it's not even close. 85-68, Spurs up by 17, 3 minutes to go. That's not to take away from LeBron. LeBron's the second greatest player I've ever watched. I just think Jordan, he's in a class of his own. Spurs on the fast break. Blake Leslie with the layup. Good. 19-point game. Yes, Andy, exactly. I think you're full. Nice, Joshua. It is Pistons ball, and they're down by 19. Ausar Thompson with the ball, gets in the paint, gets the layup. AL1. I haven't said Thompson's name much tonight as far as hitting buckets. That might be his first bucket. If Brian wins another ring, he's the go. Let me just cross 20, right? Luka's, I think. Yes, he just turned 20 on January 4th, I believe. Luka Doncic is about to be 20. Do you mean Luka Doncic? No, Doncic has been in the league this is like his 4th or 5th year, isn't it? He's definitely older than 21. I want to say he's like 20. I think Doncic is what, 23? Anybody know? I can't fathom him being. There's no way he can be that young. Osman's runner in the paint, good. Spurs are going to get close to 100 before the third quarter's over. My top 5 of all time in random order, it's your boy Rico, and I don't put players I did not get to watch the game because I don't feel I can fairly evaluate them. So Will Chamberlain's not going to be on the list. I didn't see Kareem play. I saw Magic and Bird at the very end of their prime. So for me, it's pretty much more modern day basketball, 1990 up. So Jordan's on the list. LeBron's on the list. Kobe's on the list. Timmy's on the list. I'm kind of torn between Shaq and Curry at this point. I'll do that. My Mount Rushmore. We'll do 4. Jordan, Kobe, Timmy, and LeBron. I find that's much easier. It is Detroit ball. Pull up in the paint is going to be good by Burks. I love Manu Ginobili. I would not put him on my Mount Rushmore though, Chim. That's just me. But the great thing about all-time lists is they're completely subjective, which means you can put whoever you want. You say your Mount Rushmore is Joshua Primo, Luka Samanic, and 2 other scrubs that never made it with the Spurs. I'd say, okay, I don't get why they're on your greatest of all time, but it's your list. Both teams in the bonus, and I think we have 2 free throws coming up for the Spurs. Kellen at the line made the first free throw. Spurs got to 90. Mark Lancaster, I don't think Timmy was on that much of a minutes restriction. We're going to a timeout. I think Timmy played over 35 minutes a game. You got him on your third all-time second. Oh, okay. Gotcha. I think Timmy played a lot more minutes per game than you're remembering. I want to double check. We're going to look right now. Tim Duncan, as a rookie, averaged 39.1 minutes per game. 97-98, at the age of 21, he played all 82 games and averaged 39.1 minutes per game. He was not on a minutes restriction, and if he was, those games were few and far between because he averaged almost 40 minutes a game back in the 90s when players actually played 40 minutes a game. David Robinson, his rookie year, at the age of 24, he averaged just under 37 minutes a game. He also was averaging over 3 fouls a game because he was also blocking 4 shots a game and also almost 2 steals. But he played all 82 games and averaged just under 37 minutes a game. The year Robinson led the league in scoring, he averaged almost 41 minutes a game. It's just a totally different game now. Players don't average 40 minutes a game anymore, do they? Does anybody average 40 minutes a game? My goodness, anybody remember Allen Iverson? There was a reason I bring up Iverson. Iverson led the NBA in minutes per game 6 out of 7 years in the early 2000s. Almost 44, just under 43, 43, 42, 43, 42, 42. He averaged 41 minutes a game for his career. That is nuts. We're back to the game. Keldon Johnson's going to make his free throw. And it's 91-73. You got Iverson's jersey on your wall? Nice. I like the AI. My only criticism of Allen Iverson is I hate how inefficient he was from the field. He shot under 40% from the field a few years, was not a good three-point shooter. I know the team around him was not very good either, but I really wish I hate seeing players have seasons where they shoot under 40% for the year. I don't know, for some reason that just really bothers me. Johnson drives to the paint, can't get the shot, going to get fouled, going to go back to the line for two. Wemby 40 minutes a game? Probably not. They did have something to play for the rookie reflector assist. He did. Wiseman is a big guy. Rob Dillingham reminds you of AI? Really? Okay. That's not a bad comparison. As long as Rom doesn't skip practice, Kelvin's first free throw is good. The Spurs are up by 19. I really hope we see Wemby at the start of the fourth quarter. I'm really hoping we do. He's so close to a quadruple double. I'd like to see him get it. Kelvin's second free throw. It's hit the front of the rim, hit the backboard, and finally went in. 20-point game. Please stat pad Wemby. There you go, Kokoshibo. Stat pad and Wemby. Kelvin with 17 points tonight. 8 of 8 from the line. I didn't realize he got to the line that much. Barlow would have fouled. We're going to have 2 more free throws this time for Detroit. Kyrie Irving reminds you of Allen Iverson? With the handles? Alec Burks at the line for 2. He's got 10 points tonight on 4 of 10 shooting. The series is riding up into the unknown. A fire pop if Wemby doesn't get 24. What? So Wemby would be the youngest to get a triple-double? Is that confirmed? First free throw is good. Oh no. I don't know what I just hit. There we go. Apparently the E button on my keyboard means edit. So don't hit that, TSR. Adrian, I pedal to the metal. I don't think at this point we can't make the play, and we're so far behind. 5 wins and 30 losses. No. At this point, we're trying to develop guys, get the best rotations. That's about it. Random step back 3. Nope. Rebound by Oscar Thompson. He will be the youngest center to get a triple-double. Okay, and that's a turnover by the Pistons. Wesley on the fast break into the paint. Layup good. Well, that's not going to help get Wemby back in the game. There you go, high. Detroit. Oh, Giddy did it in 19. Okay. Detroit basketball. Pistons ball. Spurs going to drive in the paint. It's going to get swatted out of bounds, and it's going to be Pistons ball. Yeah, make the play in. No chance. Future Spur Josh Giddey was actually a rising Phoenix. I can't see him coming here. Fashion Flexing, good evening to you. I didn't realize he got one at 19. Pistons ball, 10 on the shot clock. They're going to force a 3. Air ball. Falls in the hands of Killian Hayes. Hayes with the putback. That is good. And Spurs can hold for the last shot. Go Spurs, go Rays, indeed. Ball's got a few blocks tonight, doesn't he? Spurs are up by 18. They will take the lead going into the fourth. There's no chance that's not going to happen. Keldon way out on three-point land. Going to start to take off. Gets into the paint. Throws up the layup. No good. And that's how we'll end the third quarter. The full court 3 is not even close. All right. Do we have a good third quarter? We outscored the Pistons 32-26. That's right, my friends. The Spurs had another good third quarter. Are we turning things around? I know it's against the Pistons. Don't get me started. Or don't. I know. Let's not get. I get it's against Detroit, but they're playing a little better lately, and they're not losing these third quarters. Now the big question is Pop going to get Wemby in there so he can get this damn triple double? Be the youngest center ever to get a triple double. I think that'd be cool to have on his resume, right? I don't know. Keith, good evening to you. Barlow's getting a lot of minutes tonight. He actually has just as many as Wemby. He might have more than Wemby. I'm really a Sixers fan. I put money on the Spurs at -3. Mark, all good. I appreciate you hanging out. Everybody's welcome here. Spurs fans, Pistons fans, Sixers fans. My uncle Don's a Sixers fan. He's been a Sixers fan for a long time. I remember talking to him. He used to always make me laugh. He's like, Richie. I'm like, what's up? He's like, Iverson. 33 points last night. I'm like, oh, really? I was like, yeah, Iverson. 9 of 40 from the field. I'm like, oh, okay. And then he would follow up with it. He sucks. I'm like, well, he doesn't suck. He just... We did make it out of third quarter. We did. And yes, if you haven't hit the thumbs up or the subscribe button, you know what that likes, thumbs up. If you don't know what it looks like this. Go, Spurs, go! Go, Spurs, go! Just during, I'm a Pistons fan? No. I'm not sure why you would think that with all due respect. The background should, you might be trolling. You might be, it should be pretty obvious who I'm rooting for. I would love Tyrese Halliburton on the Spurs, but he's not there. I mean, at least we know which team is the worst and how far the difference is. Fair bow, although, with all due respect to the Detroit Pistons, they are missing Cade Cunningham and Isaiah Stewart, two of their starters tonight. When we play them again, if both of those players are playing, we'll have a better idea of who's worse. Spike Dat-like. It's your boy Rico, I'm a Yankees fan. Martin, Zach Collins is a good player. I just don't think he's a starter, personally. I think he's better off the bench. He's a good stretch five, but defensively, he doesn't give us a whole lot, and that's one of the worst things we have on the team is our defense. Dan, I became a Spurs fan because of number 50 back there, David Robinson. Discovered David in 1990, and I've been a Spurs fan for, well, actually now 34 years. Rich is a Raptors fan. On a morale scale of 1 to 10, the Pistons are the Spurs are 2.5. The Pistons are at a 1. They're showing Wemby. Wemby's coming back and thank sweet baby Jesus. Paul Pena, I'd like the Spurs to draft a point guard. I know a lot of Spurs fans would like the Eiffel Towers with Alexander Sarr. And Wemby with the reverse alley-oop thunder dunk of justice.
Thunder dunk of justice.
Another dunk for Wemby, but he needs a couple of assists. And I hope he gets it. Turnover for the Pistons. Baby Coyote really wants Wemby to get a quadruple-double. Kellen with the ball. Out to McDermott for 3. Good. And the Spurs just hit 100. Hurricane Megan, Wemby's in there. He needs, let me take a look. I think he needs 2 or 3 assists. Wemby's got 7 assists. He needs 3 more. Knox with a dunk. Better knocks that off. Yeah, that just happened. Sorry. That was terrible. It is Spurs ball. Kellen without 3-point line gets it over to Wemby. Wemby running the offense. Old point Yama. Drops it off to McDermott for 3. Off balance 3 is good. Is that another assist? Is that an assist? 2 more assists for the triple-double. Iron sharpens iron. I like that. Spurs are up by 24. I'm getting worried that Pop's going to pull Wemby out any second now. Mike Smith, I feel pretty confident in that now, too. They're up by 24, and the Pistons just don't have the offensive talent on their team right now to come back that much. Right, Leo? 2 more. Do not pull my man. Do not pull my man right now. It is Detroit ball. Hayes with the ball, 14 on the shot clock. He's going to start to drive. Kicks it out for 3. That's good. Alec Burks. Christian, good evening to you. It is for his ball. Wemby with the ball. He's going to launch a 3. The one thing I'd like to see him do less of. And, oh my goodness, Knox drives in the paint, throws down a hard dunk, and Pop's calling a timeout. The Pistons have cut the lead to 19. Pop don't like it. They say he can't be killed. They say he drinks blood. I say you're full. No, well, we got a timeout. Yeah, Pop's got to call timeouts. Yes, Kokushibo from 3-point lane, he's 0 for 3. That's the one thing I'd like to see him cut back on, is taking the threes. He's so hard to guard in the paint and around the rim. He does such good work there. And to see him just, occasionally standing out in the perimeter, chucking a 3. Not a big fan. If he's on, if he's had a couple shots in a row and he's feeling, he launches a 3, makes it, so be it. Shooter's going to be shooting. Golden State or New Orleans? Are they playing tonight, just Darren? Just D-Ron? I don't know. Golden State's been playing lately. They've been heading in the wrong direction, haven't they? I don't know. Is there anything I haven't shown? Oh, I haven't shown this tonight.
When you're ready, come and get it.
Get that up there. A little Selena action. I think I've shown everything else. I have. But if you're just coming in and you need a little wake me up, how about a little Chuck Norris? Bobo or DeJounte? I'll take DeJounte if we can get him on the cheap on that one, Sandra. I have no faith in Bobo. I just don't. If the Spurs can get Bobo for a second-round pick, fine, whatever. But I would take DeJounte Murray over Bobo. If Greg takes Wemby before the triple-double, he can be the biggest party pooper ever. Who are you? I'm the party pooper. Wemby doesn't have any block. Well, he had a block. They took it away. Mark Lancaster, I agree. David was a physical phenomenon. I mean, he was just chiseled beyond belief. Wemby, give me 4 more points to hit on my bet and then take him out, please. All right, Lucas, I hope he gets at least 4 more. The Pelicans are up 29-18. Okay. Wow. Dang. I think Golden State, I've said it before on the channel, that window's closing fast. The window may have already closed. Steph's not getting any younger. Clay's not the same player he was. He missed 2 years because of a ACL tear and I believe an Achilles tear or Achilles rupture. That's a lot. He's on the wrong side of 30. I'm sure he still can play well, but the guy he was in his 20s, and no. How's Shaq looking these days? I don't know. Shaq did actually say that recently. He thinks Curry's better than him. Definitely a better shooter. Wemby with the ball right now in the post. And he's going to get fouled. Robinson is, Jamie, for sure. Crazy? I was crazy once. It does feel like an end of the era, but I mean, all good things come to an end. The Warriors, Lakers, and Suns. I mean, the Lakers were bad before LeBron got there, were they not? And then Davis came in and became a championship team, so they didn't have a long run. Definitely not like Golden State did. Golden State pretty much had I would say it's a dynasty, and they didn't win 3 in a row, but they won 4. Well, they win 4 championships, and did they lose in the finals? They lost in the finals twice. LeBron's Cavs, and he lost to Kawhi's Raptors. Wemby in the paint. Tries to get to Brandon. Ball's going to get knocked out of bounds. Going to stay with San Antonio. I try, Yasirski. I try. If Wemby gets hurt, then we get the Pops should have restricted his minutes scrutiny. It's tough. That's fair, Adrian. That's fair. Nick Sanpica. I know. I saw that Cowboy X Factor. Pop's going to be gone soon, at some point, sooner than we expect. Bill Belichick, I mean, there's where you could say end of eras are closing out. Bill Belichick's time in New England looks like it's just about done. Who knows how much longer Pop's going to be head coach of the Spurs? And that's when you really see things just changing. But yes, I saw those too. It is Detroit basketball. And Knox for 3, no good. Osman with the rebound. Joshua White, a couple years. Is something happening I'm not aware of? Wemby in the post right now. Still a couple assists short. Bounce pass to Chetty Osman. Osman layup. Go down 1. That's 1 more assist. Wemby with 9 assists, 12 boards, and 16 points. He's 0 for 4 from 3. That's the only criticism I have of his game tonight. Stop chucking the threes. Otherwise, my man's 1 assist away from his first career triple-double. Let's get it tonight, Spurs fans. Let's drink tonight. I figure Wemby's got 2.5 more minutes because Pop's going to pull him at the 6.5-minute mark. So 2.5 more minutes to get an assist. Mr. Z, think he'll coach for 3 more years? He'll be, 77 at the end of his contract? I think he'll definitely coach next year. Depending on who's available, though. If somebody's ready to pass, have the torch be passed to him now, I could see Pop stepping down and just staying in the front office. Bogdanovich for 3. I know he wants to coach. He also wants to do what's best for the team. And if there's the guy is available or girl is available now, then he's going to. Wemby with the turnaround little jump hook off the glass, no good. Duran with the rebound. Duran sprints up the court behind the back pass to Jaden Ivey. Ivey couldn't get a shot off immediately after the pass, but finally gets a layup in the paint. Oh, nice dish from Duran, though. Sandro, the Spurs play When do we play next? Buckets for 3. Is that number? That's 10 assists for Wemby. First career triple double, my friends. We playing the Hornets next? Friday. Thank you, Odyssey. I'm sorry. I'm happy. He did it. Osman in the paint. Good. Pop take Wemby out now if he needs to. Yeah, we don't need a point guard. Wemby, I told you, point Wemby. Kevin, good evening to you. You watch. We're going to see people saying point Wemby. I might even do a video point Wemby tomorrow. Brandon for 3, no good. Killing Hayes with the rebound, 111-88. I like seeing him go. Wemby goes. How about a thumbs up for Wemby's first career triple double? If you haven't hit the thumbs up, would appreciate it. It does still help the channel. Even if you've been watching and commenting. Looking to get to 25,000 subscribers before the end of the season. We got a long way to go. 6. Oh, no, he's coming out now. Youngest Spur in history with the triple-double. 16 points, 12 rebounds, 10 assists in 21 minutes. He's coming out. Sorry, band. He's coming out. Well, that's a nice game. We'll take it. That jumper's no good. Sewing with the rebound. I think that was Duran who shot that. Nice. That's nice. Wemby's got to be happy about that. And a Spurs win, of course. Barlow in the paint with the ball. Up off the glass. Good. Dominic Barlow having a good game. And a timeout by the Pistons. We might be seeing the G League roster come in for both teams here shortly. As the Pistons played last night, they're down by 25. A triple-double. That's right. Triple-double in 21 minutes. Think about that. I'm sorry, Lucas. Oh, yeah, definitely standing if they're not on the road. Timmy has been working with Wemby. I mean, we knew that going into the season that was going to happen. I don't know if he's been working with David Robinson or not, or Manu, or Tony. Wemby might actually become the greatest or the greatest GOAT. That's fair, Sandra. My wife told me I'm crazy giving Wemby a standing O all by myself in my room. Nice, Edgar. That's awesome, man. If we get a legit center, Wemby at the 4, Soen at the 3, and a point guard, Devin at the shooting guard, I presume, at the 2, and we have a very good passing core. I think I mean, I like Wemby at the center. I mean, I talked to you guys about this in the DeJounte Murray video yesterday. Say they were to get DeJounte Murray. And Alexander Sarr, they picked the area to get him in the draft. To say we went the first or second round, he was probably the first overall pick. I mean, can you imagine a lineup of Wemby, Sarr, Sohan, Vassell, and Murray? I think that'd be a pretty damn good defensive lineup. If I say so myself. The turnaround layup for mid-key was bad. Okay, so go, essentially. I also stood and clapped for Wemby. Nice. I put my hands up. I feel weird standing up. I can't stand up. I'm blocked in here. Spurs' biggest regular season win is by 14 so far. Well, Gio, there's only 5 to pick from. This will be the 6th win the 6th win of the season tonight. City Sissoko sighting would be nice. Jim, I can get aboard on that. Why do people think Son passes so good? He's as basic as can be. I don't think he's a great passer. I was shocked when they were going to try the point guard experiment. Now I was rooting for the point guard experiment to succeed, but obviously didn't. Coming up on Pistons Live, Wemby wows with triple-double. So the first thing the Pistons announcers are even going to talk about is Wemby's triple-double tonight. Good. He's not going to have any blocks. I have 2 Spurs hats, Cowboy X Factor. You've seen me wearing this one. That is a Spurs hat. Just a little Spurs logo on the side. And then I have the Spurs hat I've been wearing during the daily videos, which have a Spurs logo right here. But it's a little too small. It's a fitted hat, and I should have went one size bigger. So I'm still stretching it out, and then I have a Giants hat. Yes, Gabriel, that size is huge. So I was thinking about that lineup. Probably not going to happen. There's almost 0% chance of that happening, but that would be one hell of a defensive team. Hey, there's a 3 for Livers. I think he'd still be out on the 4. Who do we have on the 4? Would We still have starters out there on both teams? All right, well, Pistons aren't giving up to their credit. Vassell going to drive into the paint. Pull-up jumper is no good, and a foul. Wemby's up for the night. He's definitely done. First career triple-double. Spurs are up by over 20. He's definitely done. Yes, they are Hurricane. Agreed. 6.5 minutes, 113-91. Vassell's first free throw is good. 114-91. Stuck in the 80s. Does look like Gordon Minshew now that I think about it. What? Baby Joseph says, come on, Detroit, you can do it. Go on a run and put Wemby back in. Oh, it is the fourth quarter. Oh, my gosh. I'm surprised nobody else has noticed that, Toby. I was totally sleeping on that. Jeez. I'm sorry. I totally forgot to change the quarter. My bad. Both free throws were hit, by the way. I'm really surprised nobody else caught it. I am slacking on the quarters, Llama. If somebody's going to watch the replay and want to see my reaction to the triple-double, they're going to be like, where's the fourth quarter? Durant with a huge dunk in the paint, 115-93. Sandra, I don't know what the Pistons need. New coach, new management, new GM, new owner. McDermott goes baseline with the reverse layup good, 117-93. Carlos Jeter, good evening. Carlos, Victor Wembanyama had his first career triple-double tonight. Juwan Phipps, you're not alone. Durant won another dunk. It's fair, Ozzy. I'm actually very tired, too. I've not slept much the last month because I'm still taking a steroid for my eye, and that is just killing my sleep. 117.95. P-Mart, what's up, my friend? Yes, Orlando Ja Morant is out for the year. So I pull-up jumper, no good. Livers with the rebound. That's fair, James. And goaltend on the Spurs? Yep, goaltend on Barlow. I want people to see my thing. Albert with the super chat. Thank you for the $5. Appreciate it. The little dancing kitty. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. Appreciate it. And we're going to have a, just for you, you're going to get your own personal. And for the super chat, you're also going to get a little coyote dance. Boop, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, boop, boop. Under 5 minutes to go. And Mick Buckets for 3. The Spurs are just raining points on the Pistons tonight, 120-97. Dougie is having his own little three-point contest. That's true, MT. He does know the playbook. Apparently still has a very good relationship with Popovich. Gosh, another foul. And we're going to have an and one. These refs are calling a lot of fouls tonight. Jaden Ivey with the bucket, going to go to the line. Let me go 21 minutes and a triple-double, and he's probably done for the night. They need Ben Wallace and Rasheed Wallace. 120-99, 4 minutes and 31 seconds to go. Spurs are so close to their sixth win in the year. That free throw is going to be good. And the Pistons get to 100. 120-100. Wemby with his first career triple-double, the youngest he's the youngest Spur in history to get one. No surprise there. Jones dribbling around, running around, going to kick it out to Dougie for 3. That one's short. Killian Hayes sprinting up the court. Spurs get back in transition. A little over 4 minutes to go. Jaden Ivey for 3. Wemby is field is going to be the haters. Did he shoot 37% tonight? I know he missed a lot of threes. He missed all the threes, didn't he? Over 4. Spurs ball. Trey Jones going to drive and run around into the paint. Running in circles around Jalen Duren. Finally get to the Barlow. Barlow falls down, gets it back. Trey Jones with the ball again, going to take a 3, and that is short. So much for Trey Jones hitting threes. He had hit 2 in a row. Streak is over. I think he had hit 2 in a row. I'm not sure. Just kidding. And another 3 by the Pistons. In and out burger. Dominic Barlow with the rebound gets it to Trey Jones. Jones will bring it up the court for the Spurs. Devontae Graham should be People Magazine most intriguing person. Jones layup. Awkward shot is good. Flies out of bounds. Won the foul, no whistle. Okay. Monty Williams taking a timeout. I believe, yes, that is Wemby's line. 16, 12, and 10. And he played, what, 21 minutes? I want Cooper Flag with Wemby. Well, that's not this year's draft. That is would possibly be the following year, Toby. So what are you thinking? Alexander Sarr this year, and then we somehow still suck, and next year get Cooper Flag? Man, and they're not blowing this. There's 19-point lead with just over 3 minutes to go. It would be one of the biggest collapses I would think of all time if the Spurs blew this. I don't see that happening. But now you got me worried. We're on a timeout. 122-103 Spurs lead. Dilly. See ya, Philly, this weekend. I don't know. I have no idea who's playing when for the NFL. No, I want Topic next year and then Flag the following year. Oh. First of our 3-game win streak. Wow. The Hornets we can definitely win. No doubt. Amia Lisa or Lisa Amaya, thank you for stopping in. The Hornets should be a win. We could get a two-game heater going here. Sakura, the game's not going to get bad. Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't think you had a shoulder thing, Carlos. It was something else. I think Layton Baking had the shoulder thing. I'm Neb, good evening. When we had 3 days of rest and said, yeah, I know. Goofron, good evening to you. The Roadie road trip is next month, I think. Isn't it? It's every February, right? I think it's next month. So it's like right after the All-Star break, I believe. I'm trying to remember the timing. I think it's next month and after the All-Star break. A little alley-oop, and man, Jalen Duren is feasting at the rim right now. You telling me you wouldn't want him being an alley-oop monster in San Antonio with Wemby? Brandon Miller was he the 3rd overall pick this year? Barlow's going to find the paint. Barlow's going to get a dunk of his own.
Thunder dunk of justice.
So yeah, we don't need to put Wemby back in there. The Spurs should easily win this game, barring divine intervention at this point. Killian Hayes with the ball. Pull-up jumper is no good. Chetty Osman with the rebound. I can't believe that we still have starters out there. Both teams. Why is Duren in there for the Pistons? He played last night. You're not winning this game. You're down 19 with 2 minutes to go. Let's see some City Sissoko and whatever. Osman for 3, no good. Duren with the rebound. We'll get it to Jaden Ivey. Ivey will bring it up the court. 2 minutes to go. Ivey out to Hayes. Hayes going to drive. Loses the ball. Osman will pick up the loose ball. Don Allen will be at the game Friday. Good evening, Don. Thank you for stopping in. I hope you enjoy the game. Good win before our next losing streak. Nah, James, we're going to beat the Hornets. We're good. I feel it. I feel it in the cockles. Part of the heart. Blake Wesley with a reverse layup after the dish from Trey Jones. And I guess we're just not going to get any substitutions. Okay. Yeah, Scoot is having a very inefficient year. I think he's shooting like 37% from the field and 30% from beyond the arc. He is really struggling with his shot. We have a timeout. 3 Beards, good evening for you. Yes, a triple-double in only like 21 minutes. They're finally taking the starters out, Hurricane Megan. Let's see. Mama's coming in. Diakite coming in. No City Sissoko. Maybe he's down in Austin. I don't know. It's Detroit ball. That's a dude we signed recently. I don't even know the dude's first name. I really don't. Well, hey, there's a 3-4 Livers. Why is he still out there? Well, the Pistons are the worst team in the NBA, Carlos, so we should beat the Pistons. Little jump hook is no good. Mamadi Diakite. Is that what? What? How do you say his name? Yes, the old Sugar J Cherry, but a winnable game. In Cloud 10, yes, Wemby got a triple-double tonight. In 21 minutes, as Fashion Flex is saying. 21 minutes, a triple-double. The youngest Spur in their franchise. The youngest Spur would have a triple-double. And somebody put in the chat the youngest center. Not the youngest player, but the youngest center already got a triple-double. So we'll take it. Diakite? Diakite? Diakite. Sounds like something I would say if I'm chopping something. That's an interesting name. Diakite misses the second free throw. I'm not going to remember how to say that next time I see him out there, which probably who knows when that will be. Davey, good evening to you. Well, I can't say KBD because he's not either one of those players. KBD ding ding dang 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 do 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 do. That 3-pointer's no good. Makalaku doom doom dang didikatute with the rebound. That's how I'm gonna say his name. He's number 29 though. I like number 29. Eric Dickerson was number 29 in the NFL. Like Wesley, pull up jumper, no good. Sugar Day, probably not this year. Maybe next year. 6 wins. Win number 6. Yo, good evening to you. 6 wins. Spurs making some noise. Wow, I must be way behind in this game. Because the ESPN thing just flipped off. Wow. I think that was Blake with the shot. And then just... All right, it's 131-08. I don't know what's happening here. What bananas? That pull-up jumper is no good. Wesley with the rebound, and the Spurs should just hold. And they will. Spurs are going to win 103-108. Wow. And Wemby with his first career triple-double in extremely limited minutes. 22.1 for the Spurs. We'll take it. Jeremiah, good evening to you. A Spurs win. Sports Center, Newworthy New. I'm sure Sports Center, they better cover the triple-double on Sports Center. All right. We'll take a look at the final game stats. If you're on your way out, please hit the thumbs up on the way out. It still does help the channel. That being said, we'll take a look at Detroit first. Detroit basketball. Livers with 6. Bogdanovich with 19. Duran with 21 points and 12 rebounds. Ivy with 19. Had a little rough night from the field, 7 of 18. And Hayes had a rough night as well, 2 of 8, 4 points. But did have 12 assists for the Pistons. Off the bench, Thompson couldn't find a shot, 1 of 6, 3 points. Harris with 0. Knox with 12. Wiseman with 3. Burks with 15. And Sasser with 6 for our San Antonio Spurs, the man of the hour. Not sweet and sour. Not is sweet, but not sour. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Victor Wembanyama, well, only 6 of 16 from the field, and part of that's his over 4 from beyond the arc. Everything else was fantastic. 16 points, 12 rebounds, 10 assists. Didn't put anything on the defensive stat line tonight. No steals or no blocks, but he also had no turnovers, and he had that triple-double in only 21 minutes of play, so that is awesome. Sohan with 15 points. Champ Penny he actually scored with 2 points in 21 minutes, so he's still trying to find his shot, and he's not really taking shots either, so I know he's going to find it when he's not shooting. Trey Jones with 11 points. Devin Vassell with 16. And off the bench, we pretty much almost everybody played. We'll just go down the line here. Mamu with 0. Diakite with 1. Barlow with 11 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 blocks, and no turnovers in 24 minutes. Dominic Barlow had a really good game. 11, 8, and 4 plus 2 block shots. 5 of 8 from the field. I didn't realize he was playing that well. Awesome. Doug McDermott with 14. Chetty Osman with 11. Kellen Johnson led the bench with 17. He also was 8 of 8 from the line, so good efficient game from Kellen. 4 of 8 from the field. Malachi Branham struggling from the field still, 2 of 7 with 7 points. And Blake Wesley, I didn't realize, scored 9 points in 6 minutes. Shut the front door. He was going off in garbage time. 9 points in 6 minutes? That'd be on pace to score about, 63 points in a game. If you played about 42 minutes, that would never happen. And the Spurs outscored the Pistons in every quarter except the second. We tied them at 32 points in the second. So the Spurs did not have their usual second half collapse. This was a good game for the Spurs. This is a really good game. We'll talk to the chat for a couple minutes. Your thoughts on Wemby's first career triple-double? How happy are you? I know I am. Actually, I didn't realize that Kelvin led the Spurs with 17 points. B-Town Breakdown, good evening, my man. Wemby had his first career triple-double. The youngest Spur to ever have one, and just turned 20 years old. Hornets Friday are 8-26. We definitely have a chance to win against the Charlotte Hornets, no doubt. They should win. That's win number 7. Playoffs, here we come. All right, probably not playoffs, but we do have a fairly easy schedule coming up. Adrian, Blake Wesley has looked better recently. And a lot of folks are ready to give up on him. I have not been impressed with him last year, and the knee injury really screwed him up last year, but he wasn't really showing a lot of development in the preseason and in the summer league. He was getting blocked in the paint a lot, playing out of control, turning the ball over, but he seems to have turned a corner a little bit, playing much more in control and playing some of the best basketball he's played in his young NBA career. And I would love to see him find a spot in this roster. The first round pick from 2022, yes, our last first round pick, but you want to see those first round picks convey, and we've had luck with late first round picks in the past. Manu Ginobili comes to mind, but even recently, Keldon Johnson was a 29th overall pick. So I'm hoping Blake works out. Will he be our starting point guard someday? Maybe not, but you never know. The ceiling from Wemby, yes, he's got, his ceiling is, it's monstrous. Just his minutes right now are the one thing I think that is frustrating Spurs fans, and I'm sure frustrating him, is that he's just not getting minutes. He was on a heavy minutes restriction tonight, only played 21 minutes. Yeah, I get we didn't need him, and I got to think that he's not going to be playing any back-to-backs. I don't know when our next, actually, no, we have a back-to-back this weekend, right? Don't we have a game Friday and Saturday. Friday's the Hornets and is Saturday the Bulls? I think it is. So Friday we play the Hornets 8 p.m. Eastern, and then Saturday we play the Bulls at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. I think he's going to miss, I assume he's going to miss the Chicago game. Or he's going to be on a heavy minutes restriction on both games and maybe only play 20 minutes in both games. I don't know when the minutes restriction is lifted. I was under the impression it was going to be lifted already. That is not the case. And then we play Beantown Breakdown Celtics on January 17th. By the way, if you haven't subbed up my man Beantown Breakdown, great dude. He is a Celtics fan. Don't hold that against him. And a Patriots fan, and a Red Sox fan, and a Bruins fan. But he covers all four of those teams, does a great job, a good dude. And one of only two people I've actually met on YouTube and have become friends with out of YouTube. So, great dude. We were talking in the chat earlier. Somebody mentioned Tim Duncan had a minutes restriction his rookie year. Timmy played 39 minutes a game. Granted, the Spurs were a playoff team with him joining the roster and David Robinson coming back from injury, but he was playing 39 minutes a game. I don't expect Wemby to play 39 minutes a game, but I was hoping he'd at least get 30, and he hasn't seen 30 minutes in what feels like forever. Pop's post-game interview now. I just shut it off. And there you go, Hurricane Megan. Next up, a quadruple-double. Ric Flair, what, Adrian? He is only going to get better. So that's it, my friends. If you get the thumbs up on the way out, I would appreciate it. It still helps the channel. Even though we're about to wrap up the stream, we're 25 thumbs up away from 200. If we get to 200 on a Spurs win, that's great. If we can't, I totally understand. But I'm going to wrap it up. And Wemby's first career triple-double. That's pretty cool. Glad we could be here for it together. Thank you all for tuning in. Until next time, what you going to do when TSR, Grogu, Selena, and Baby Coyote run wild on you? Go Spurs, go!